Hi YouTube, today we're going to be reacting to how VTubing's biggest grifter? Is that grifter? Help YouTube, shush it! The story of Big Word. Of this person. I don't know how to say their name. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be disrespectful. But this person right here. By this person. No, Rice is right. Grifter? I don't fucking know. And you said it right? I said it right? Oh well. I'm not doing that again. Let's go start the video, guys.
Ian Miles Chung is
That's way
a,
better.
let's say, political commentator that truly got in the spotlight in the run-up to the 2024 US presidential election. You see, Ian would tweet daily. We're talking hundreds of tweets, all centered on the topic of this election. The guy was acting like his life was hanging in the balance if the wrong candidate ended up winning. In fact, he was so passionate about this topic that it even reached the owner of the website, Elon Musk, who retweeted and replied to his posts constantly. Except, here's the thing. Ian wasn't even a United States citizen.
Really?
He was Malaysian, and he lived in Malaysia. He didn't have a green card. Hell, he didn't even have a US tourist visa. In fact, most shocking in all this, the guy had never stepped foot on United States territory before. Not once in his life. And yet here he was, shamelessly quote tweeting things like multiculturalism will tear our country apart and saying, that's right, they need to get out of our country. Bro, what do you mean?
He was a pick me. This is giving pick me energy.
Our? What? Or how about, I refuse to be governed by an Ugandan named Zohran Kwame Mamdani. Get out of my country. What do you mean your country?
What the fuck are you talking about? That's my dude right there. Mamdani's the fucking dude right there.
Excuse me? You see, the thing with Ian, if that's even his real name, is that he was the perfect example,
representing New York, of course,
of a grifter. Someone who pretends to believe in something while not giving a shit about it, all to benefit directly from it, whether financially or by other means. And he sure as hell did. Not only does he have 1.2 million followers, he also lives in the United Arab Emirates, a country that's significantly more expensive than his home country of Malaysia. So why am I telling you all this?
Because he's
well, it's
rich.
simple. For as long as so many of us can remember, a grifter only took on a few different forms, whether it be a politician or someone extremely rich, people of power. It was a known fact that these people changed their politics based on the highest bidder that was filling their pockets. But today we live in unprecedented times where just about anyone can become a grifter and benefit directly from it. It's not a privilege reserved for the people in power anymore. This means anyone can be a grifter, even if it was...
Wait, just to be clear, a grifter is a person who makes a lot of money in a shorter period of time? Because that's what it sounds like.
a severely alcoholic...
Not even close? Okay, I'm not even fucking paying attention then. I'm confused.
...mess of a VTuber. You see, from the first day that Elfin Psyop started streaming, she targeted a very specific...
I don't feel bad. I'm just like disappointed because look at that model. I like the model. I like the design of this model. Like, why ruin it?
Demographic. Males who would typically share the same ideologies you'd find on 4chan, who love edgy humor, dislike minorities, and most importantly, never receive female attention. All she had to do was post slurs and
Really? Not like 1, 2, 3, 4 words in.
Insults directed towards minorities every day, all while acting as edgy as possible. And through this, she was able to attain over 100,000 followers in less than 2 years. But that's not all. She was also able to make close to 6 figures in those 2 years.
I want to make 6 figures. Bro, 6 figures? Where's my money at?
By building very unhealthy relationships with those viewers who get no female attention. Like, for example, calling those viewers on Discord and starting to touch herself without them knowing as they were...
That's creepy! Oh my god, no. Why would you even do that? That's not appropriate at all. Yo, imagine you just trying to just talk to your idol and then all of a sudden she's... He's like, yeah, I'm stroking my shit. Fuck no! Oh my god, I'll curse him the fuck out. Wild, for real! Keep that baby oil to yourself, goddamn. Icky for real. When you have your freaking community, you have to make your community safe. Not be there because you want to be lustful over people. Fuck no.
Talking. And that's not even the worst thing she's done. I mean, she was literally posting audios of her gooning to her general chat in her Discord server, accessible by anyone, okay? But this, of course, had its massive benefits. Elfin was...
Okay, here, I have a little bit pet peeve. I hate it when people have a friend group, and don't get me wrong. Listen, a community is also like a friend group, at least to me. Because everybody in my community, I considered my friend because you are sitting here and you care about me and other people in the community. Do not bring your lustful thoughts and your lustful, fantasies to your friend group and try to fuck your friend group. That's how a lot of drama is made, and you just being fucking messy. Keep your intimate life to your fucking self. That is your private shit. Keep that outside from your community. This is why I say no NFW in the Discord. I've seen a lot of freaking VTubers that, they're cool with it and they have NSW and stuff. No, not in mine. Because I don't want to attract the people who just sit here and just mainly are here for the fact just to goon to my shit, bro. No. I want to play games. I want to build a friendship with everybody. I want to make sure everybody is happy and I made their day. It's because I feel like, for me, in my own opinion, I feel like a lot of predators use VTubers and, not VTuber models, because they don't have to out their own identity. They can use a whole separate identity and feel like they just feel powerful in a way of oh, nobody's gonna know who I am. Nobody would know the shameful acts that I did, if that makes any sense. And that shit pisses me off because it's not everyone is like that, and it's giving the VTuber community a bad rep. Whenever you talk about VTubers, there's always somebody ew, VTuber, that's cringy. I feel like all Kick people went to Roblox and, yo, bro, not gonna lie, I used to be on Kick all the fucking time when I was a teenager, and I would say the horror stories I've seen in fucking Kick, bro. I even used Kick maybe 2018, 2019. I stopped using Kick because people are mad fucking weird. They ask for the Kick and automatically just send you a dick pic and they're like, here, haha, have it. It's yours. I'm like, oh, why is it? Get away from me.
So successful in doing this. She was so unstoppable too, invincible to all sorts of criticisms, that you even had bigger and more viral VTubers try to emulate her, try to copy.
Why? You just say the full thing, motherfucker, if you want to fucking say it so bad. Say the full fucking thing. The hell? Why is it getting that many fucking likes? 12K is crazy.
How dangerous her influence had become. But that would all be until December 2025, when demons from her past would catch up to her and expose to us all
you sure
that
demons
she's
from the
actually
past?
one of those minorities
I'm pretty
that
sure
she
they're still following
insulted
her
daily. It would turn out that she is Pakistani. This is where her entire life falls apart, as her Sims try to grapple with the fact that she is a minority. But of course, it doesn't end here, because she might have committed a pretty serious crime that made her eventually want to delete all her socials to scrub the proof. And yes, it involved a minor. This is one of the more uniquely disturbing videos I've ever made. And word of warning, throughout all of it, you'll lose hope in humanity multiple times.
Oh, fuck.
So before we get started, I thought I'd get the good news out of the way first. The entire story of Elfin Psyop. Let's do this. Alright, so first off, what is a girl failure? This is something that Elfin Psyop would identify as for the entirety of her career. It's also one of the main reasons she was able to gain so much influence in such a short time. Well, if you Google this term, you'll get a definition saying a fictional girl or woman who is endearingly pathetic or inept. And while yet...
Am I like that, guys? Am I like that? I hope not. Bitch, I fight.
As this is true to some degree, it barely touches on the whole story. In fact, if I had to explain what a girl failure meant...
Do you want an honest answer? No, I'm shaking in my boots. Not quite, okay. No, Rainbow, please. You're breaking my heart. Almost, not quite. No. I don't want to be a girl failure. I want to be a girl wiener. Then lock in.
Then I would say it's nothing more than a modern and extremely bastardized version of a damsel in distress. Yes, the idea of a woman that finds herself in such a desperate and helpless situation and can only ever hope to get out of it thanks to the help of a man, preferably a white knight in shining armor. Extend his hand to her, he would save her, and they would live their life happily ever after, with the man taking full credit for the woman's happiness. At its essence, this is exactly what the term girl failure means.
I'm not a girl failure. I promise you, I'm not a girl. I'm a boss ass bitch. I pussy pop, bro. I pussy pop.
A woman who is such a loser, someone who can't take care of themselves, that's just waiting on a man that can fix her. But when it came to Elfin, she wasn't just a girl failure, she also happened to be someone who was very mentally ill and severely alcoholic. But don't take my word for it. This is how she would introduce herself to people who would find her account on Twitter. Hello, new people. I'm Elfin. I'm a loser. In parentheses, girl failure. Whatever. Stinky elf federal agent. I love bugs and I've got bruises. I'm a very messy person, tired, and a massive alcoholic. My interests are conspiracy theories, astronomy, military history, and coding. I'm also extremely edgy, so you might see me post retarded rants while drunk. Wow, what a flattering introduction. I can totally see how she needs a wife.
This is not gonna go well. Just reading and hearing their thing, I immediately will just pass by the freaking post. Girl picture above was in some drama. What? Really?
At night to save her from her predicament.
How the fuck did people find this interesting? I don't fucking know. You know what? I feel like some people find it interesting is because they fetishize it. If you really think about it, if you ever have like a question where you're like, why are people so interested in this? Always think about how everything can be fetishized. Literally everything.
Her making alcohol her entire personality and being a very clear example of what a pick-me girl is, you'd probably never guess that this person started streaming in February of 2024 and by mid-2025 had over 100,000 followers. So how the hell did she manage to become so big in such a short amount of time while having an extremely loyal community that would practically die for her? Well, it involved a multitude of different factors. One of the first factors is that she was edgy, like extremely edgy. It's as if she was competing for the edgy Olympics and wanted first place. Like this right here was a tweet of someone saying they went to the mental hospital and the nurse laughed at them for attempting to leave this planet, right? What does Elfin do? She would quote tweet this and say, "Can I just say you deserve it if you fail at it? Like it ain't fucking hard to kill yourself, I'm sorry." How about this tweet? Some black people...
That's edgy? I'm sorry, is that edgy or is that just plain old mean? That's what edgy is? I'm sorry, every time I think about the word edgy, the first thing that pops in my head is like an emo kid that has like the hair like covering like literally half of their, not even half of their face, like fucking 3/4 of their face, and they're like, "Yeah, I hate you, mom." That's the kind of freaking edgy that I think about in my head. I don't know.
People shouldn't have rights. Or this one, where she says, "So I became a Nazi, yeah bitch, I'm the villain," showing a German pistol. She tried way too hard, and for the average person, this was extremely cringy. Like in this massive tweet with multiple paragraphs, she's basically saying, "Oh, you're saying the N-word hard R, you think it makes you based? Edgy cool? Say actual vile shit. I want more edginess." Like imagine lacking so much self-awareness that you think this is actually cool. This was as far back as November 2024, and look, it would have normally been ignored. She's not the first one to be this edgy on Twitter. Normally, right? Someone like Elfin would have never gained more than 10,000 followers. I would have never had to make a video about her to begin with. So what was really one of the main factors that put her on the map? What changed everything for her and her entire career? Well,
I'm so surprised this didn't even change everything. What? This didn't raise alarms to people? This right here?
Her belly. That's right, and I wish I was making this up. I'm talking about her belly, her stomach, her abdomen. She would periodically post pictures of it on Twitter, and she would gain tens of thousands of likes.
You see? What did I say?
Like for example, I remember this one because I saw it on my feed. It had the caption of "whatever, enjoy," and it was literally just her abdomen. Here's the high res. I mean, it's nothing special, right? So why did this post in particular gain 15,000 likes? Well, because she's a VTuber. I wish I was kidding. At this point...
Well, no, it's not even because of that. It's because when you literally look at it, yeah, it's a belly, but you get to see a bit of, like, her waist area. And you know how men are. They use their imagination quite well when it comes to that. Anything else, they're like, Sorry. I love you guys.
Could call this a kink, and the Twitter algorithm rewards it heavily. Like recently, I saw a picture of cleavage on my feed. It had over 20,000 likes.
Exactly.
I was like, what makes this cleavage so fucking interesting?
Because it's cleavage.
I went to that person's profile, and I saw they had 200 followers, but get this, they had a VTuber profile picture. That's right, the appeal that someone who is anonymous, that is too shy to show their face, is sharing skin. Elfin loved the attention this brought her. So as I said, she would post this periodically, and every time she would gain so much attention on her profile. It's insane. But it doesn't simply end here. After the horny guys would follow her because she has a nice looking belly, they'd start seeing her other tweets, her girl failure tweets, where she would say things like, I'm 20, I've never had a boyfriend, I'm a virgin, I've never kissed, fucked, or any...
I don't believe you. I don't believe you. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. Because, nope. 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 Nah.
Before. I hate myself so much.
This
is such a terrible situation. Look at this post, for example. Legit just gooned, and it looked... Bro. Failure. She's someone who hates her life. She has no friends.
You don't
say. She lives alone in the UK as a student. You don't say. On top was that you don't say. Was a virgin, guys.
You're not a virgin. We just saw it.
Tears to make a potion. And she was just waiting for the right guy to fix her and wife her up. She understood this very well, but even though this was all a very elaborate plan to begin with, she still managed to take it to a very worrying next level. And that would be when you would take the next step to join her Discord. Her Discord is exactly what you would expect. Elfin would spend a worrying amount of time on there. She was practically chronically online, and anyone could pretty much talk to her. Most conversations revolved around two things. The first one being about racism, and the second one being about her being a massive Gooner. Here you can see someone saying, Elfin's been mostly quiet on the server today because she's embarrassed about how hard she was horny posting while drunk last night. To which Elfin replies, we're not talking about that. A viewer would say, you gonna call her a good girl, or is that just for you? Elfin would say, me. And an amazing example right here, someone saying, Elfin, do you choke yourself? And Elfin replying with, yeah. It was pretty much a server just to worship her and hope.
They're just asking her that while they're stroking their shit too, bro. You know, I was gonna severely apologize to, like, that I'm not active in my server a lot. I think it might be a good thing. Why? Why you turn your community into a Pornhub comment section, bro? Because that's literally what it is. Her freaking Discord is a Pornhub comic section. That's it. Don't ask me how I know.
That she'll give you attention. Additionally, you'd see her say obscene things that she couldn't even post on Twitter. Like, for example, if I had to f a dog, it'd be a husky. I genuinely...
Oh my god. It just keeps... When he literally said in the beginning of the video that each thing that pops up, I'm just gonna lose more and more hope of humanity. He wasn't kidding. Like, to keep them away, I don't know.
I don't know, like, what to say about that, dude. Like, I genuinely... I'm speechless, but I wish things ended here. Elfin would take this parasocialism that she had built in her Discord server to a level that no other VTuber
Please don't play it. Please don't play it. Please don't play it. Please don't play it.
She would post over 11 different audios of her literally gooning with a vibrator. She wouldn't, like, post them in a private channel with her top donators or whatever. No. She would post it in general, in the channel that anyone who joins the server has.
Wait. Please don't. He literally said that that she got into it with a minor. That means there's literal kids in there hearing this shit. Oh.
Access to. Now look, I'd love for you to listen to this clip in particular.
No, I don't want to listen. I don't want to listen to it. I don't want to. No. You can't make me.
It is so ridiculous, but you can literally hear a vibrator in the background.
No,
okay?
no,
so
no,
instead,
no.
I'll reenact the first 10 seconds for you because it is one of the most bizarre things I've ever heard in my entire life, and I mean that. She goes, eh, in the most like lolly voice possible. Then she says, if there's any Slavic guy out there that wants to marry me and kill N-words hard R, I want to murder all N-words hard R. And I'm telling you, during the whole thing, you can hear a vibrator going bzzz in the background. Like, bro, what are we doing here? Like, what is my life? What the fuck is this? That already tells you a lot about who this person is, right? And of course, if you were to confront her about this, she'd say, oh, I don't remember. I was drunk. I'm an alcoholic. It's my entire person.
No, I do think, yo, bro, like, you can't freaking sit there and be like, oh, I don't remember anything because I wasn't sober. Just because you were drunk and all that does not excuse what you did. You still did it. I hate my life.
And now you might be making the mistake of thinking, Mugen, all right, I get it. I get why she had so many followers and I get why she made so much money. And I mean, buddy, do you really think I was going to let you go that easily? No, because now the fun begins.
Oh, God.
What do you do when you have an army of 100,000 military-aged men who willingly castrated their balls to worship you? Well, you start reaching deep into their pockets by suicide baiting. Tweets like this wouldn't be an uncommon find with Elfin, saying things like, genuinely want to kill myself, man. Or how about this post on her Discord saying, I just got charged like $1,800 about as tax. I'm literally exempt from paying that. Since she's a student in the UK, they just plainly took my money for my tuition and I have to pay rent soon, like a year's worth. I'm gonna actually fucking kill myself. She would then talk about how depressed she is and unmotivated and oh my god, I need to earn rent. Even though, as you might guess, none of this was actually true. She'd keep this lie going on other platforms too, saying, I'm getting kicked out my apartment soon if I don't pay for a whole year up front. Time to find
a whole year rent up front? Where the fuck do you live? Not only that they're a shitty ass fucking person, they also can't take care of themselves. They're also irresponsible. No.
New house or go homeless, I guess, streaming from under a bridge. Fuck. She'd have 101 replies, all begging to help and wishing her the best and being worried about her. Poor Elfin. Now get this. She'd say, does anyone want to buy my blanket I used to hump every day for money? I need money for rent. Thanks. Now look.
Talk about new disgust unlocked. Bro, we had selling bathwater. We had selling, like, there's a whole bunch of shit that women sell to, like, thirsty ass freaking people. Thirsty ass gooners. A blanket that you humped? Fuck no.
Most people, if they tweet something like this, they'd be laughed at. Maybe people will think, oh, they're just joking. As I had mentioned already, Elfin had an army of
I would instantly be like, oh, can I get a side of bathwater with that? You know, after I'm done, I'm going to be a bit parched.
100,000 men who castrated themselves just to worship her. So what do you think actually happened? She got offers. Someone would say, actual? Question mark? Offer? Question mark? Elfin would reply with $1,000 runes, to which someone would say, PayPal or Venmo. She had these guys wrapped around her finger, and she knew that. She'd somehow...
Why do people spend their money like that? For a blanket. For a blanket, you don't even know she actually humped the shit, bro. And it doesn't even matter. That fact doesn't even fucking matter. But, like, why? Why you enabled her? Like, what? For all you know, that's a dude. For real, all you know is that you probably got in a blanket where he just fucking humped his fucking shaft and balls onto that. And I'm pretty sure he's, what's it called? Pheromone maxing? I'm pretty sure he hasn't taken a shower. You're gonna really smell that whiff, aren't you? Man, I'm lonely and depressed as fuck, but I'll never be this damn pathetic. It's just, this is a new, like, different type of, like, thirsty, bro. This is when you know you have an addiction. This is when you know that it's a problem.
Always end up being short on money no matter how much people donated, and at some point would even open commissions. Yeah, well, it turned out that her commissions were her just finding a Japanese artist, stealing their art, and then adding small modifications and making it her own. But her fans didn't care. Listen, she was a girl failure. She wasn't perfect. Yeah, she did some weird things, but don't worry. They'll be the one to fix her. So chill. Elfin had essentially done what no other edgy VTuber could have ever hoped to achieve. She said some of the most vile, racist shit known to mankind, all while having a massive army of simps supporting her. God, I mean, she must have felt invincible, like she could do anything, like she was untouchable. And to
pretty much, if you have a whole bunch of people like not even batting an eye to you, and also for those people who actually like not influenced her, what's it called? I just said the word too. But for the people who are enabling her for this behavior is not any better.
Honest, she was. But that was, of course, until her entire world crumbled right before her very eyes, all due to someone she thought she could trust. On December 4th, 2024, I'd release a video titled How This Entitled VTuber Lost Her Career Overnight. It would talk about
yo, I'm so scared that one of these days somebody's gonna like take me saying like puta caca or madre? No, what's it called again? Mierdas, shit. And then be like, oh my god, you're being insensitive. Fuck you.
Only edgy VTuber that had 1/10 of the audience elf and Psy. You see, someone made a fan-made plushie of her and wanted to sell it. She had a complete crash out and started being racist towards them. The entire VTuber community rallied against her, and instead of apologizing, she doubled, tripled, then quadrupled down. It was very embarrassing.
Not taking responsibility.
Now, after my video would come out, some people would
I hated when people don't take responsibility. Just take the L. You did a fucky wucky, bro. That's it.
To investigate her further. What they'd end up finding is a very, and I mean very, parasocial community. You couldn't even join her Discord server if there was any doubt that you were a woman. Gunpei would immediately ban you and say that she doesn't want any other man in her server to give attention to any other woman but herself. She essentially acted as everyone's girlfriend, but it went way beyond that. If you sent her a picture...
That is toxic. That is toxic. That just shows you're super insecure. You feel like the other women are challenging you. No, make a community. Make everybody your friend. Not everybody is out to get you. I know I have trust issues, but goddamn, at least I try to trust people.
Of your sausage, yes, your straight up genitalia in DMs, instead of blocking you like 99.99% of women, she would instead give it a rating. She'd compliment it. She'd write a paragraph about it. Yeah, trust me, I was shocked too. Anyone could essentially DM her anything, and she was chronically online in her Discord. This is how she was able to get so many different gifts and so much money from her community. I know this already sounded familiar to you when it came to Elfin, but it went deeper than that. Gunpei had another account by the name of Zuba. She used to post normal things on there, but then one day posted an image of her in a bikini
Stop doing that! Stop showing your belly! Guys, if I take a picture of my belly right now in Discord, would you guys donate? No, I'm fucking kidding with you. I'm gonna never do that. I have too big of a belly to even show. Bro, you're gonna see 2 rolls. I'm a plus size girly. I like it? Nah. Just for you saying that, I'm never doing that, guys. I'm joking with you. Never in my life am I doing that. But if you're getting money out of... No. It's taking my dignity, bro. It's taking my... This is basically OF material. Thank goodness for the censor bar, for real. Oh, wait, let me get out this. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, you guessed it. Her belly. That tweet would get over 25,000 likes. And that's when she would decide to make a VTuber, knowing she can take full advantage of that. And she did. She was practically invincible. That whole backlash about her being racist, my video coming out, nothing affected her at all. But her career still somehow ended. You know why?
Why?
Well, it turned out she had a boyfriend. When you tell your community that you're their collective girlfriend, and that turns out you had a boyfriend behind the scenes, you lose all your fans.
Yeah, because you lose all that trust that you build with your community. Be honest with them. That's why up front, like, I noticed that, like, up front, like, people were, crushing over me, and like, I'm pretty sure people goon over me. I have no control over that. But I instantly am like, yeah, I'm not only for you, boo. My heart is set. My heart is, I'm a person. I'm a person. I'm not no sex doll. Hi, Mighty. Oops.
Just that simple. When this was revealed, she would scrub her YouTube channel, delete her Discord server, and deactivate her Twitter account. She would briefly reactivate it later and sell her entire model and assets for around $2,200. It would somehow get bought by a viewer of mine. I hope he's enjoying the model. And that was that. It wasn't her racism. It wasn't her weird attitude. It wasn't her being an unlikable person that canceled her. It was simply her having a boyfriend. When you're parasocial, you're invincible unless you're lying to your community. That's the one taboo rule you can't break. What's really funny is that she would go as far as trying to reinvent herself, creating a new VTuber identity in May of 2025. And in just the span of like a couple of months, people would discover that there was a lot of similarities between Gunpei and this new Mirio Maki. On July 8th, she would post an explanation apologizing for her past behavior, and she hasn't posted or streamed since then. Now, you would think that since her and Elfin shared so many similarities...
I'm so sorry, wait. Oatmeal is good. Oatmeal is indeed good.
Back when her controversy was happening, Elfin would have maybe came in and defended her.
Oh yeah,
Gunpei wasn't even saying half the edgy shit that Elfin said on her feed, right? So come on. Surprisingly though, okay, it's not really a surprise, Elfin would join the dogpiling, saying, "Oh my god, my based racist Chuba, ooh, it's only funny when they say unintentionally and not in an active effort to harm/insult someone. When did we lose sight of what's actually funny?" So look, this tweet makes absolutely zero fucking sense, okay? This is just Elfin being the typical pick-me, seeing that someone's being hated and trying to profit off of it. How? Well, it's simple. Gunpei had a lot of parasocial fans, so Elfin clearly won.
That's why you mind your fucking business. I'ma say it again. Somebody having drama, mind your fucking business. Unless you being drawn into the business, mind your business.
Wanted some to come to her community instead. But above all, she wanted you to know that she wasn't a grifter, okay? She was a real girl failure. She was somehow taking the moral high ground. I'm not fake like you, okay? I'm authentic. I'm as real as it gets, and I know what I'm doing. And that's the attitude she always took when she saw someone doing something similar to her and getting canceled or getting into trouble. What's deeply ironic here, though, okay, is that barely a few months after she was taking this moral high ground on Gunpei, someone would come out with a 51-page Google Doc about her on April 8th.
Yo, guys, where the fuck is my Google Doc at? Wait, didn't we say that we're gonna do a Google Doc thing? How's my Google Docs going? Are you guys making them? How much you got in there? We got a lot of good material today. I'm too lazy to make one. You better be unlazy. Come on. I forgot. Friendly reminder. Friendly reminder.
18th, 2025. His name was Average Bird Enjoyer. And this was significant because he was watching her from the beginning back in 2024, and he was one of her lead mods. He was always there for her, as well as always in her chat. I mean, look at this. On a scheduled stream on YouTube, there was a pinned message saying, "Elf is currently dead asleep. Potentially no stream today. We'll move to tomorrow if that's the case." The stream was still running as she was doing some sort of a donathon. It's kind of like a subathon, but it involves direct money. You'd hear some sort of a Discord ring on the stream, and Average Bird Enjoyer would come in and say, "That was me calling her to see if she'd wake up, lol." So this was someone who, as far as the community was concerned, was close to her. In fact, the guy wasn't just close, okay? He was
close in them.
Borderline insane. At some point, Elfin would be streaming and she had a donation goal for PC funds set at $100. Average Bird Enjoyer would come in and donate in one payment $10,000.
Yo, in one payment $10,000 in one stream. That's crazy. Bro, where you at? Come here. I'll show you love. I swear. I'll show you love. You want a belly pic? I'll give you a belly pic. It's not skinny, but you got a lot of blubber.
Probably, and most likely because he thought he could be the one to fix her. But here's the deal. He wasn't the only one. The document that Average Bird Enjoyer wrote was 51 pages long, and it involved 6 people total, including himself. But are we actually going to bother diving deep into this mess? Hell no. Honestly, it's so pathetic, it's not even worth doing that. I'll just sum it up for you. In a nutshell, Average Bird Enjoyer had spent over $50,000 on Elfin in the span of like less than a year. Listen, I have to specify this. He found her when she had less than
Where did you get all this money from? What job do you work? I need it.
500 followers, probably 50 viewers. She was not a big streamer by any means. But average bird enjoyer went all out thinking that he'll genuinely be able to like be Elfin's partner, okay? That they're gonna date. He thought they were exclusive to begin with. He sent her $10,000 on that stream. He hired her an editor. He got her a manager. He was...
So basically, he made the Google Doc because he's being petty because he couldn't get some of that coochie. That's what's happening. You ain't any better. Rich people doing dumb shit, for real.
Willing to pay for her new VTuber model. They met up IRL and he took her to multiple Michelin star restaurants. Dude blew a apartment's down payment on this girl failure. But he was the only guy who actually had to spend this much money. The other 5 guys...
You see, this is why I love it when you guys sub and like, you know, help out. You know what? Fuck you guys.
Spent almost nothing. And they got the same treatment that he got. What was that treatment, you might ask? Well, other than meeting up with her IRL and doing stuff, yeah, she's not a virgin. I mean, who could have ever guessed that? It all would start with them messaging her, being in her Discord, right? Messaging her, and her reciprocating. She would then get in calls with them, okay? listen, she would then get in calls with them. And as they were talking, right? They could be talking about their day, a game they're playing, whatever. She would start to flick her fucking bean, bro. She would start gooning. Right?
Ew, she's worse than fucking most men. Oh my god, if she was a guy, it would have been instantly, I'm stroking my shit right now. What the hell? How do you flick your bean in mid talking to people in your community? That's 1, disrespectful. 2, disgusting. It just lets me know all you are doing in this freaking community. All you're doing is just lusting over people. That's all they're doing. That's all they care about. And the money, of course. They're just doing it for money and lusting. 2 deadly sins.
Right then and there, to their voice. No warning, no nothing, dude. And then after she'd be done, she'd send them explicit pictures. These guys would, of course, be shocked. What the hell is happening, dude? And then the next day when they'd ask her about it, she'd say, oh, I don't remember anything. I was severely drunk. Please delete all my pictures. However, she'd keep doing it over and over and over. And each of these guys thought that she was being exclusive just with them when she was doing this with 6 people at the same time. And as I said, she'd meet up with them. She'd do things with them. God knows what. But overall, she wasn't this pure...
She was a hoe. You a hoe. You's a hoe. Hold on. You's a hoe. You a hoe. She's a hoe. She's been passed around. She's been passed around to her homies. You's a hoe. Okay, I'm so sorry. I mean, listen, I'm trying to hold back and like not be mean, but at the same time, you fucked with 6 people's feelings, bro. 6 people. It doesn't make them any better. It doesn't make them any better because they interacted in the, well, not even. I feel like they also they're just victims at the end of the day, really. But like, you's a hoe. You's a big hoe. Not a hoe for Minecraft, a big ass hoe.
Virgin girl failure she was making herself out to
She's
be.
not no virgin.
That's pretty much the 51 pages.
She's a succubus, bro.
It also involved incredible DMs like this, with Elfin saying, "Birdie to you, birdie igu. If you just touch my noey, my puffy, it'll make me fub. Kun, teal it faster. Hwinku, you know."
Is she speaking Finnish? What the fuck is she saying? Bro, I'll be like, yo, are you having a fucking like stroke? What the hell is going on? What the hell? My nosy. If you just touch my nosy, my puffy. Ew. Ew. I'm saying this the next time I go to bed, bro. Next time I'm in bed. You touch my nosy and my puffy. Oh my god. Ooh. That's what this fucking sounds like. Ew. I hate this.
I'm gins what good do. Average bird is...
I swear to God. I swear to God. No way. No way.
lawyer would then
No
say, translated,
mames.
Elfin telling me if I touched her pussy,
No
she'd come real
mames.
fast. What am I doing with my...
I for real about to crash out, bro, because, like, literally, I'm trying to be, like, I'm not trying to be nice because she doesn't deserve kindness. I'm trying to be respectful because I don't know them. But at the same time, like, what the fuck are you doing, bro? Get off the internet. Stop. Ew. Nah, you went from being creepy to just being plain old disgusting, bro. It's just ew.
Life. Anyway, when this document came out, Elfin was furious. She was watching her entire world crumble around her. She saw what happened with Gunpei and did not want the same to happen to her. She had been parasocial her entire career. Her entire Discord was obsessed with her. She can't have this leak. And yet it did. So she would tweet.
She's scared of this leak, yet you keep doing it over and over and over again. You're so scared, but then you keep... It's like regular people who cheat in that they go into a relationship and then they're like, oh, but I want to be monogamous, and then all of a sudden they can't help themselves and they get into everybody's pants. At the end of the day, you know, polygamy, like, them being a poly is, like, actually better for them, or just not being in a relationship at all. Like, don't sit here and be like, oh, I'm scared, when you caused it. You didn't take no precautions or anything. Even though you shouldn't take precautions, is terrible, but still.
This out almost immediately, saying, I see shit like this and know for a fact that these people
You remember this vid?
Oh my god. Saying shit. I had phone sex for a couple of days or weeks with some guys. Okay, wait, hold the phone. Days or weeks? That's a huge range.
For real?
I told all of them day one I was not into dating, and they agreed with me. Most of them don't even care about the situation. They went out of their way to message me just to say how stupid this drama was. Only Bird and another person who repeatedly tried to threaten and dox me were emotional homosexuals. Bird not only went around trying to poison the community, he actively shared information about me to other server members in an attempt to make them join his side. He went to all my mods and all my close friends in the server. People saying, oh my god, there's no evidence of Bird being a bad guy. First of all, 51-page expose about someone you apparently cared about as a friend, his words. If you really wanted to help me to stop my pattern of behavior, you could discuss it with me like everything else. Just to cut her off here, something else that was mentioned in those 51 pages was how when every single one of these guys found out what she was doing and confronted her, she would lash out. She'd get very angry and she wouldn't want to listen to a single thing they had to say, especially when they had something to say about alcohol.
You're mad because they're calling you on your bullshit. You're mad. D1 grifter of the internet? For real. And I just learned that term today too. Just learned that term. I mean, giving her the benefit of the doubt for just this, she did indeed tell them she wasn't gonna date them and it wasn't serious, but I don't see an issue with that. However, doing that with your community is insane regardless. Yes, it is that's what I'm saying earlier, like, keep your intimate life away from your community. Like, that's it. You know, it's a little bit of a different story with me and Race. But, like, I hate it when people, like, take advantage of, like, their viewers. Because at the end of the day, like, they're just taking advantage of their viewers. The viewers are there because they idolize them, and they, like, you know, they like them as far as, like, you know, a character goes. They like their character. Because at the end of the day, you like a person for their character and their design and all that. I don't know. I hate people that do that. It's just so disgusting, and it's like, it gives me the heebie-jeebies. It makes me feel bad for the people in the community too, because at the end of the day, they really look up to the person. But a lot of people in her server, they're a different kind of breed, bro. They're just there to fucking wank their shit, really. That's what it seems like. A lot of people in her server are just there to wank their shit. It's almost a weird power imbalance thing. I don't know. Like, I feel like it's taking advantage. It is taking advantage of people. It's taking advantage of her viewers. Because at the end of the day, like, you're going to the server and you're trusting the person in their server. You're trusting them. And then all of a sudden they'd be like, oh, but I'm gonna, give you pictures, unsolicited at that. Unsolicited. Like, do you really think men are that thirsty just to, like, get a picture and be like, I have it. I have a picture of Hoponani. No. People are weird.
Okay. Anyway, let's continue. But no, I only talked to Bird that way for a month. I crave validation from men. I admit I wanted compliments and I wanted attention, but he acted as if he was my dad. His friend would try to wingman and tell me I should meet Bird and just be with him. He could make my life so much better, and I straight up told him I wasn't into Bird. I have screenshots and evidence. Also, when I first started streaming and...
Okay, so why still give Bird mixed messages? Why give Bird mixed messages? You were just using him for his money, basically. Having NSFW in your channel is one thing, OF or some, but like adding the parasocialism and not setting strict boundaries is just asking for trouble. It is, especially if you're doing the behavior also, because they're doing the behavior also. For me, strictly, if you are going to be doing any kind of OF, like, material or anything like that, keep that on OF. Do not post that in your Discord. Don't even post a link in your Discord. Because at the end of the day, like, if you have a server where you have, like, anybody joining, really, anybody can join and stuff like that, you don't really know their age or anything, you don't know who's gonna get a hold of that material. Fuck no.
Bird came along, I was 19 at the time, extremely new to VTubing and having this much attention. He taught me everything about VTubing and keeping me in a bubble. She would then talk about the point of women not taking accountability, saying, motherfucker, all I've done is say I'm not a victim. I keep fucking saying I was wrong too. Why are you just ignoring this? Oh my god, she cheated. On who? I was dating no one at the time. I never dated any of them, and I have screenshots of some of the guys saying they knew what it was. It was not dating. We had phones gooning on call. She would then make another tweet, quoting something that many people were saying, oh my god, these poor lonely men, while she replied, while they're 25 plus adults. If a 19-year-old has to be held accountable for whatever she's done, you can't possibly in good faith ignore the horrible shit these men do just cause lonely. I literally live alone and talk to a total of 0 people IRL.
That worries me. That worries me. You saying that is not justifying anything. It just makes the situation worse. Because you're just basically telling me you don't have a life. And all you do is just rot in your home. That's all you do. Like, for me, at least I could, like, try to go outside and do things. I don't know why. I am so over this. I don't want to hear no more. It just pisses me off more and more. I can't.
I'm fucking lonely. And look at this very sad image she posted. Oh my god, it's her.
Oh, bendito.
Crying. But guys, don't worry. As she said in her own words, she is not acting like a victim. But look, to be completely impartial here, these guys were really weird, especially Average Bird and Joyer. Look, if you go and donate $10,000 in cash right now to a top streamer, they'll fucking block you because they know that you can't be donating this much money without ulterior motive.
If ever somebody donated me $10,000 and then afterwards, I'm pretty sure afterwards would be like, so, I'm one of your top donors. I need this. I'm like, you need nothing. Fuck you. And you're not getting a refund, bitch, because you already gave it to me. Who's gonna get a Louis bag? I am.
Motives. This document was made on purpose to destroy her career, isolate her, and further take advantage of her by manipulating her as she was all alone, okay? The document will also reveal that she's always been known as being a certain person on 4chan. Someone who has had a history of sending nudes and being explicit. They'd even go as far as saying that while she was talking to these 6 different guys, she had an IRL boyfriend.
She had an IRL boyfriend? Oh my god, this shit's gonna be messy too. I'm pretty sure, hold on, prediction time. I'm pretty sure the boyfriend is not gonna even know anything about this. That's why she's so adamant. Watch, the boyfriend is not gonna know anything.
Attempt at totally annihilating her entire reputation. At the same time, though, she refused to take any—
No, we're not doing this whole thing where, like, the questions of, like, oh, would you for instance, what Astro said, he just said, man, I will shit on someone's chest for 10K. Fuck no, I'm not doing that. My dignity is gone.
Accountability. She'd say that she was groomed. Brother, you were 19, and you had continued by that point posting gooning audios on your general chat and Discord.
Exactly.
What do you think this is? The objective conclusion to this entire drama was that everyone in this sucked ass. But no, Elfen wanted to be seen as the victim. And even though normally she should have had her career destroyed by this point, she should have been...
I literally, I'm getting so mad because, like... And then I'm about to change my look. I'm about to change my look. Guys, I'm about to change my look. I'm about to change my makeup. Fuck no. And you black and green too. Get out! Oh god, I remember those conversations. No!
Completely abandoned by her community.
I used to have those freaking questions asked to me all the time. Hey, Deve, would you do this for $1 million? And it'd be the most ridiculous shit. And I'm like, no. No, especially somebody, they kept saying, a lot of people would say, hey, Deve, would you eat shit for $1 million? And I would just simply say, no. Why? You just get $1 million after, no.
Opposite ended up happening. She again had defied all odds, and let me show you exactly why. Rima Evenstar is a VTuber.
Rima! Oh my god, that's my girl. That's my girl right there. Guys, if you don't know Rima, I love her so much. We reacted to some of her videos. So if you want to go check out her YouTube channel, go ahead. If you've never seen her videos, you'll probably like it if you like drama within the VTuber community. I've subscribed to her already. Make sure you give her likes and all that. Show her love because she is so good and I love her videos because she explains things so well. I love it.
Very detailed video essays about the VTuber community. A couple months after this document had dropped, she would release the video titled
Goo Goo Gaga, Goo Goo Gaga.
She played her fan base like a dating sim, the Elfen PsyOp situation, garnering over 100,000 views. In this video, she would constantly be referring to Elfen as a menhera, a term for a character who is emotionally unstable and in poor mental health. They are very emotionally fragile and experience extreme mental ups and downs and mood swings which can make them a bit difficult to be around. They may have an unhealthy dependence on love or their partner, be a troublesome person who displays unexpected aggression and tries to dominate others, be easily hurt by the smallest of words, or have suicidal thoughts and think the world would be better off without them. Hey man, I don't know about you, but this perfectly describes Elfen PsyOp so far, right?
It does.
But Elfen was
It really does.
Outraged. She despised that video and hated Rima to the point where she added her on Twitter and said, Rima Evenstar, I don't know why you like to spread genuine dog shit and simply false rhetoric so easily. Maybe it's because you're a drama VTuber by name, but it's just bullshit to spread false things without confirmation. Firstly, when you made the drama video on me, you got a lot of facts wrong and didn't contact me to confirm details either. Nice journalism. Now you're spreading shit about me suicide baiting? To you? I'm sorry, what? I think you making a drama video on me during a time I was constantly drunk and not in a stable...
You see, this is one of the people I would not argue with at all. These are one of the these are some of the people where you just ignore them. Ignore them. This is the moment where you're like, pick your own battles. Because if I was talking to them, after like 2 sentences of mine and I say what I have to say and you still are like coming at me like that, I talk with my fist. Oh, don't come at me. Don't come at Rima. I'm getting mad because she's going at Rima. I'm getting mad because she's coming at my girl like that. No.
Will make you call me menhera all the time and don't expect me to somehow crash out? I was still relatively civil and only DM'd you about my issues with your video hoping to at least get facts straight. Believing in random people messaging you rather than the person at the center of the situation is crazy. You do not hate journalists enough. In fact, this got so bad that when Rima posted the tweet announcing the video, it would get totally brigaded by Elfen's community. 102 replies, and all of them filled with insults, slurs, and an attempt to straight up character assassinate Rima, saying, wow, I used to watch your content, but not anymore. Wow, you're a terrible journalist. Wow.
Never! You see what I was talking about her community? Her community is also batshit crazy. If ever anything happens, I do not want you guys to behave like that. It doesn't matter what has happened or anything like that. Do not go to other people and act like that. I'm so sorry. We give love and peace in here. Oh my god. You see? Hell no.
Etc., etc.
They're
That's
also
simply because
delusional.
Elfin had replied to this post and ratioed Rima, doubling her likes, simply saying that she is not
great minds think alike. You know what? We see all their usernames.
A femcel. But this still doesn't explain how she was able to survive a Google Doc like this. This doesn't explain why she didn't end up like Gunpie. What happened exactly?
Never going to another
here's what her diehard fans had to say.
Never going to another person's post and be like, you know, here's my goons. Fuck no.
In response to her reply on Rima's post. And it perfectly encapsulates why she still had a very strong community that kept growing. Look at this idiot. Hey, I'd just like to say that I'm naive and emotionally vulnerable and would be easily groomed. DM me sometime. What about this dumbass? I'd be honored to be one of your toys. Crazy they're spinning it as a forced or bad thing. Lol. So
they're just dinking with their dicks. Oh my god, bro. They're jorking their shit. They're jorking their shit while they're typing this in. You dirty motherfuckers.
These men were so irrevocably castrated that they realized, hey, I don't like this woman because she's a virgin. No. I like her because she's a girl failure and because she might give me a chance.
No.
If she did it with 6 different guys at the same time, what's stopping me from DMing her and finding her in a call gooning with me? If anything,
stop thinking with your PP.
Average Bird Enjoyer's Google document backfired tremendously. It made Elfin Psyop seem way more reachable to the average viewer than they thought. So their whole fantasy, or should I say delusion, of trying to fix her, wifing her up, impregnating her, and
no, not a breeding kink,
belonging the white race wasn't so far off. By this point, Elfin kept gaining followers, kept getting viral tweets.
Not the smeared off.
Kept growing.
Not the smeared off. Yo, wait, Astro, what's that vodka brand that we always drink? Yo, that shit is so freaking... It burns the throat, but it gets you drunk really fast. Well, it gets me drunk really fast.
She was making more money, and her viewership was doing better than ever. She had reached over 100,000 followers, something very impressive, especially for a VTuber. And by this point, we could easily say that she was becoming very dangerous, because in VTubing, there are so many desperate people trying to make a name for themselves that they'll see what works and try to copy it. And since things were going so well with Elfin, since she was totally invincible to any criticism or controversy, someone would end up noticing how well she was doing and try to copy her, even though they had way more followers and way more influence. Her and Elfin...
Why would you do that?
...and would end up becoming friends, and then eventually enemies. Ririgaki is a French...
She literally copied everything. Look it! Is this the other? Oh my god, even the little dark bags. These are not dark bags, by the way. I have blush. It's blush. I can take them off. It's literally almost look the same. It's just glasses and they're a mouse. They look like a mouse. Honestly. She doesn't have her dark bags under here, though. She doesn't have the darker bags, but she kind of looks the same from, like, the other times that they showed her. Where she has... Here we go, like, here. Hold on, let me remember where I'm at. 3205. Okay. You see? And then you go... 3205. 3202.
or controversy, someone would end up noticing how well she was doing and try to copy her, even though they had way more followers and way more influence.
Look.
Her and Elfin would end up becoming friends
and
then
eventually
enemies. Ririgaki is a French rat.
Ririgaki! Oh my god. She has Gaki in her name.
VTuber who used to stream exclusively in French. Around 2024, she would start streaming more in English, and at some point, one clip from her stream would go mega viral. It went so viral that there's actually a good chance you saw this already. What?
Oh,
It says their name.
Ooh, rat!
So it is.
Oh my god, you're so cute. Oh my god, in the future, Rice, I want a pet rat. I hope you know. I'm getting a pet rat. It's either a rat or a skunk. It's either a rat or a skunk. I am getting them. is going to be mine. Let's continue.
Broccoli with fucking dumb. Look. No brain cell. No brain.
He's so fat. I love him.
Nothing. After we have
There's so many.
Ruby, who is one
Oh
of
my god, I feel like once I get like one, I'm never going to stop. I need him. Look at it.
She's a Rex girl. She got curly hair. She's really cute. It's
Oh my
Bean.
god.
Bean is my only boy, but he don't have a coconut.
He don't have his
Alright, so you get the
coconuts.
point.
Okay.
French girl talking about her rats, very cute, very adorable. Yeah, well, it would go mega viral. 384,000 likes on Instagram.
Damn.
And guys, when it came to Twitter, 12.7 million views, 134,000
I'm gonna pop off
likes.
like that.
It was practically on everyone's feed, and everyone was talking about it. If you told someone, hey, did you see the French rat girl? They'd say, yes, I saw it on my feed. It went mega viral. I'm not understating this. She would then reply to this saying, hi, I'm Riri, a rat girl VTuber from France. You can follow me on Twitch or join my Discord if you want. Link
I need to do a post like that on not gonna lie, that kind of reminds me, I need to do a post like that on Twitter and stuff like that with my new rebrand and all that. I need to do that.
bio, but be warned,
Oopsies, I'm
the
gonna be
most
one of those
hated
girls.
VTuber of all France. And guys, she was not kidding. When the French community saw her going viral, they were livid. They saw how viral she was going with the English-speaking community, and they did their best to show them who she truly was. This person, for example, would say, maybe because you're a lolicon and you think Hitler is cool and you're overly annoying, you force your voice to sound like a kid, your response to saying the N-word is I hate everyone equally, look at yourself stuttering in your own f***ass tweet. Okay, so very brief lore dump on this bitch because there's no information in English on her. She used to be known as Riri Meow, and her whole content revolved around porn. Still does, but it was worse then. She was retweeting lollipop and had a Discord server with tons of minors, etc, etc. They'd also link some
Yo, why? Keep it to yourself, bro.
tweets she made in the past, like top 5 reasons racism is bad, and then the next picture is thanks for watching, so implying that racism isn't bad. Here's the deal though. Riri's defense on Twitter would be, guys, French people doxed me. They sent police at my house. Yes, they swatted me, and they harassed me at IRL conventions. All for this, for my edgy jokes, for being a lolly. All of a sudden,
Stop masking edgy jokes with racist, discriminative jokes. That is not edgy, that's just you being a fucking poor human being, bro. That's it. Fuck! I hate it when people use a certain category of something to try to justify their fucking behavior. This shit's pissing me off now. Stop doing that shit. Take accountability, or please, keep that shit to your fucking self if you just want to be racist. If you think he's cool and all that, keep that to your fucking self. Stop trying to spread your hate to other people.
French people looked evil, and it doesn't take much to convince someone that French people are evil, okay? The French would argue, well look, there's these videos on YouTube that expose her, go watch those things instead. Okay, cool. Here's a video titled, The Worst French Streamer, Riri Gaki, with over 448,000 views. Oh hey, here's another one, saying, The Worst French Streamer, Riri Meow, with over 245,000 views. I watched both of them, in full, in the native language of French, and I can tell you right now, this is what they said in a nutshell. Number 1, she's edgy and she made Nazi jokes, okay? And number 2, she's a lolly. In fact, most of these 2 videos were criticizing her for being a lolly, that she was playing this childlike character, how she was speaking with a childlike voice, and how she was overall just cringe. But here's the deal. For the English-speaking community, this only proved one thing. French people, when it came to VTubing, were completely and utterly out of their depth. VTubing originated from Japan, and this whole lolicon culture originated from there too. For people who actually watched VTubers, it was totally normal. It doesn't matter if you think lolicons are weird, right? I mean, I think it's a very reasonable take to think that. But when your thumbnail is Riri Gaki with the word pedophile on top of it, you start losing a lot of people from your side. As time passed by, French people were seen as more and more unreasonable. This is not worth swatting over. This is not worth doxing over. You'd see pictures like this of a French person saying, lolicon equals pedophile, with Riri Gaki quote tweeting saying, don't cry, I'm just a drawing. The typical drama you'd find in English-speaking communities too.
French,
and typically,
don't do
VTuber
that.
watchers would always defend someone like Riri.
I like
out of their
French.
depth
I
here.
like
They'd keep trying to prove that she was problematic.
croissants.
Showing her
I like the croissants. Honestly, I like the French, what's it called? Accent. It's so nice. It sounds so nice. I'm taking my sweater off of my chair because I'm getting way too hot.
using GIFs saying "settle down" N-word hard R, and also showcasing how she had a role on her Discord called Rotten Waffen, a play on words on the Waffen SS, otherwise known as the Waffen Schutzstaffel, a division in the German army during World War II. Their efforts again proved ineffective, and the final straw would be when they would show this image of Riri when she was streaming with Facecam, apparently doing the, you know, German salute.
Oh
from World
my
War II.
god, bro.
Well, you even had Asmongold reacting to it.
Full, how fast she did that, bro? Full on force too. Watch, hold on. It goes fast, but watch. Hold on. That shit goes fast.
Well, you even had Asmongold.
Look at that, the force she put in that shit. Busted? Elon said so. No, Elon did not say so, bro.
Reacting to it. And he concluded, as well as others, that she was simply adjusting her webcam. Guys, you're trying way too hard to make her...
She was not doing that. Bro, she went so fast to do that shit.
Look bad. Come on. This was seen as so crazy in the English...
She's not even fixing anything. She's looking at the screen.
Community that even Elfin went out of her way to defend her as she was being cancelled by French people. By this point, Riri Gaki was followed directly by Asmongold on Twitter, and she had the entire English-speaking community backing her up. She was treated horribly by the French community, but now she got given a second chance straight from the heavens. However...
To be honest, I feel like a lot of the reason why she has a lot of English supporters is because a lot of Americans are just racist, bro. A lot of Americans are racist. We see that every day, bro.
Here's the problem. I don't know if it was the language barrier or just the fact that she's probably mentally ill, but Riri Gaki completely misunderstood what the second chance meant. She thought that she now could finally get away with anything.
No.
She could say anything, do anything, and she'd have a community here to back her up always. When in reality, this wasn't the case at all. What actually happened was that she got a second chance, got a new community, and they were hoping that French people were exaggerating. They were hoping that she was going to genuinely redeem herself. And as you might have guessed, this could not have been further from the truth. Shortly after getting this incredible second chance, she would increase the racist and edgy rhetoric by 1,000%.
No!
Adding that to a cancerous
and you didn't even fucking say it fully, you pussy!
Tale of politics. Some guy would say, French quote-unquote people, the fuck is wrong with your country, Jesus? To which Riri Gaki would say, immigrants.
Give them an inch and they'll try.
There's another tweet with a lot of views and a lot of likes.
For real.
Saw a Jew for the first time in my life yesterday. I always thought they were all extinct. Here's her comparing.
You're so dumb. You're so dumb. Ignorance is bliss. You guys say I'm ignorant.
Nazis to trans people? I mean,
fuck no.
With the only difference being the fact that one has impressive taste in clothing and the other one being promoted by the US government. She'd have a tweet saying, can I be called a white rat supremacist? I love white rat. And when Kanye West would say, I'm a you know what, she would quote tweet this with an image of an anime girl raising her hand.
Oh, Jesus. It just gets worse and worse. Just gets worse and worse. The fuck is happening, bro?
So as I said, she completely misunderstood the very simple thing she had to do. Just keep talking about your rats, woman. Just keep being cute.
That's it. No. Like, I was literally vibing to the video too. You saw it with the little rats and all that. Like, she could have really made a name for herself if she was just wholesome and, like, you know, did rat shit. I don't fucking know what rats do, but like, she could have made a name for herself. She could have been like greatly loved, but instead you wanted to be a piece of shit, so that you're gonna get shit back. I don't know what to tell you.
She had over 130,000 followers at this point, and she was taking
it's a different
the page
girl.
right out of Elfin Psyop's playbook. Probably the worst thing you can do. But hey, it seemed like they were getting along very nicely. Riri Gaki would say, can you teach me how to be cute, please? And Elfin would reply with, But you're already so kawaii desu. It seemed like the 100,000 castrated men who followed Elfin just had another girl failure join the mix, and they were getting along. Not
of course
only did
they are.
increase their odds of
great minds think alike. Of course they're getting along really well.
maybe fixing another woman and marrying her too.
I'm gonna fidget with my fidget
forward to
spinner.
them collabing together, right? Oh my god, isn't that awesome?
Ew,
well,
no,
I'm
that's
sure
not
it would have
awesome.
been. But then some people decided to dig into Ririgaki's past when she used to be Riri Meow and produced adult content. Now look, let's get one thing straight. Riri never produced any explicit content. It was mostly centered around thighs and feet. And while yes, this was enough for people to call her a whore and all sorts of things, this is simply
I wouldn't go there to horror, but okay.
who she used to be. And for the most part, I mean, people loved it. Oh my god, a girl failure and making stuff like this? It's like Elfin posting her tummy. What else do you want? But as these castrated guys were looking through her different images, they noticed something interesting, particularly in one image set of 3 images.
What is it?
You see, she'd have a photo set where she wore non-matching thigh highs.
Okay, I'm gonna say this right now. That outfit is kind of cute. I like the striped socks and there's different or stuff. I like this. This is up my alley. But no, take it off. We don't claim that.
Everything looked normal, right? On this picture, on the other picture, until you got to the third
What
picture,
happened?
in which we can very clearly see
Oh
a black guy's
man!
hand grabbing her left thigh. Now look, normally this wouldn't be an issue. I would hope that it's never an issue. But saying that Ririgaki would tweet out every other day how France and Paris is getting ruined by immigrants and more specifically Africans, her
She getting them strokes by the BBC, bro. Oh my god. Ah, she's worse than Mega. Oh my god.
let's say community wasn't too happy about this. In fact, they were furious. It seemed like no matter how much Ririgaki disliked African immigrants, she still couldn't resist the BBC. I mean, this is just so funny. It was treated like this.
I just said that. Oh wait, I'm dying. Oh my god, I hate people.
Leak, this thing that no one could have ever predicted, when in reality on her own wiki page you can see that in 2023 she made some guy called Euro, who happened to be a VTuber, her boyfriend. And when you checked out his model, his model was black. But no,
Rest in peace, bro. Rest in peace, bro. You dating her, bro? You dating her out of all the fishes in the sea, all the pussy you can get. This is the one you stick beside on? Do you even know what the hell she's? You a VTuber, bro? You gotta know what is happening. Fuck's sake, for real. Remember what I said? People fetishize. She's most likely fetishizing him. Oh my god.
it was a betrayal. How dare she? And she suffered the wrath of her own community. She had pretty much stabbed herself with a knife she forged herself. It was official. She was a grifter. Someone who didn't believe in anything she was saying and was only doing it purely for her own benefit. Someone would say, if you can't see the grift in tweeting racist shit, then race mixing all while hating immigrants, then I don't know what to tell you. To which she would say, bro thinks all French people are all white like snow, lol, we have an island. Actually, the French have multiple islands, like Corsica, Guadeloupe, République, but this didn't matter at all in the grand scheme of things. As she was getting attacked pretty much daily at this point, with her own community turning against her, she would try to quell the flames by becoming even more edgy somehow and saying, next cost.
Why are you digging yourself a whole bigger grave, bro? Like what?
Doing Lolly Hitler. This would prove to be nothing more than a pathetic attempt at recovering the community that was turning on her, because very shortly afterwards, she would get suspended from Twitter by mass reporters who just so happened to be people who were pissed that she was dating a black guy. And the cherry on top
oh my god, racists are reporting a racist. Make them make sense. Make them make sense. A racist reporting a racist.
From Twitch. In her own Discord, she'd say, "Hi, I got banned from Twitter and Twitch again because of a big campaign of harassment and cancel culture. I did a tweet on my alt account if you want to RT, I don't know what. I'm tired. I really hope to die." Here we go with the baiting again. "I don't know. I don't want to let my haters win, but I'm really too tired. 4 years of all this is too much. You can follow my new account if you want," linking her Clips account and saying, "I don't know if I'll be back one day. I'm really tired." She would then post a statement on that account saying, "If you didn't see
Get off
it,
the internet.
my
Never
main
come
account
back.
was mass reported from Twitter haters because some of them believe that I'm a Nazi and the others are mad that I'm not racist."
What? Some believe that I'm a Nazi and others are mad that I'm not racist. Madam.
I love it. Seeing people this mad and upset.
The posts you made, madam,
by a little rat girl proves to me that I'm really the only person here. You are part of the problem if you think that everybody I don't like is—
Don't you dare try to gaslight me! Don't you dare! You did poorly behavior shit. You get poorly behavior consequences.
Hitler, being racist is good, or VTuber shouldn't have a boyfriend. I'm gonna take a little break from Twitter while waiting for my appeal to be accepted.
Be gone forever, bro.
I love you a lot. I have an incredible community and lots of kind people who support me. I'm never gonna kneel down in front of horrible humans, and I'm never gonna let them cancel me. Cancel culture is dead and exists only for insecure people. I'm still gonna stream—
No, you're just mad because you got canceled for your own behavior, not because people are trying to cancel you because of the sake of cancel culture. Fuck out of here, bro. Get out. Bye. Never come back.
On Twitch and YouTube, and be active on Instagram and Discord. Your support means the world to me. Keep making extremist people pissed off and laugh at them. We are stronger than hate. And remember, vive la—
You're the hate! You're the fucking— Oh, I'm gonna crash out. You're the fucking hate. What? You make no sense.
Existence, rats live matter and are stronger than evil humans. Signed, Riri. So look, in the end, this was a desperate attempt at trying to recoup a community that hated her guts at this point. After getting that incredible second chance with a mega viral clip—
You couldn't get enough of that BBC, and now you ride in somebody else's BBC because that other BBC left you. Stroke it good, stroke it well. D.V.E. about to charge up a death slate. For real! I can't— Bro, once I, because I'm moving pretty soon again. Once I move and I get my own room, it's over. I'm going to be hitting this fucking desk like there's no tomorrow. Because I used to do that shit, and I did this shit before, but goddamn, I can't do it now because then I'm going to scare Abba. And she'd be like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "Yes, I just got pissed off."
She spent all that
time— I can't do that shit with my grandmas.
Nurturing a racist community. People who disliked immigrants and minorities. And it turned out she had a black boyfriend. Her initial haters felt vindicated, and her own community now turned on her. You couldn't really feel sorry for her, right?
No, not at all. I didn't even feel sorry for her before. I didn't even feel sorry for her before. What the hell? You're not no victim now, just because your own people freaking, what's it called? Change their minds on you. I'm gonna have to get a spray bottle for you when she moves in with me eventually, so I can spray her if she gets too wild. No.
Was also another girl failure like her, and who had initially defended her when the French people were attacking her. What did she have to say by now? Would she show up for her, defend her, help her like a real friend would? Nope. She would also turn on her, because the girl failures would have a falling out that would make its way to the public battlefield.
Oh god,
so as I said before, Elfin was someone who had defended Riri initially when she was getting the backlash after going like—
Is she not gonna defend her because she's dating a black person? Because That wouldn't be surprising. Sorry, guys, I had to burp. That wouldn't be surprising at this point.
Viral. They would have some positive
Also,
interactions
thank you, Mighty,
here
for the
and there,
hydrates.
but
I did
shortly after Average Bird Enjoyer's document would drop on Elfin, Riri Gaki would say, "Is this Gunpei 2.0?" Someone would reply saying, "Please, Rat Girl, you're my last hope for a based petite girl failure indie VTuber. Don't e-date fans unless it's me, LMAO." God, I can puke in my fucking mouth. To which she would say, "I'm not going to e-date a fan. I have a boyfriend and I'm just a pet rat for you." So this was essentially Riri Gaki trying to capitalize on the fact that Elfin was potentially going to lose her career because of this document. She was taking the moral high ground, trying to steal any viewers she can from Elfin because she was trying to become her.
Ew, you greedy son of a bitch. You not a friend.
This is when Elfin would start to subtweet her, not calling her directly just yet, saying the amount of e-holes rebranding to be girl failures, please bro, you do porn. You sell literal porn of yourself. Just go be some slutty cat girl or something. This is of course referring to Riri Gaki, how in the past she had a fansly and how now she rebranded as being a girl failure. When it came to her parasocial Discord though, she was way more straightforward. Someone would say Riri is nice though, to which she would reply, "I can't say this in good conscience when she blatantly called me Gunpei when my controversy happened. I can't forget that shit, lol." How dare she call me Gunpei?
Oh,
when
you're
I'm way
being
worse
petty,
than her?
bro.
Like, how dare she? When I'm literally worse than her in every way. The main confrontation between
For
these
real.
two girl failures would occur when Elfin would post this tweet, with her character saying, "Hey guys," someone saying "femcel," to which her character would say, "Not what I'm called." Shortly afterwards, Riri Gaki would also use that same exact meme format, saying, "Hey guys," with someone saying, "Not," to which Riri would say, "Not what I'm called." Elfin at this point would be
Bro, you can't just sit there and like have all like do all of that because you are, and then be like, "Oh, that's not what I'm called." Then what the fuck are you called then? What are you called? Cause don't make me give you some other name. Don't make me do that. Don't give me that freedom to call you whatever the fuck I want.
furious.
What I
How
want to
dare
actually
she copy
say.
me? So she would quote tweet this and say, "You guys are all over her. How can
Comment
she be a
section
Nazi
is
when she
wild,
has a
isn't it?
black boyfriend?" Y'all need to do research. This was Elfin declaring war. She saw that her community was turning on her because she had a black boyfriend, so she was also looking to capitalize. However, Elfin was about to fight
Never
a
a
war
friend to
on
begin
two
with.
fronts. She was going up against Riri Gaki, while at the same time having a demon from her past catch up to her, 4chan. You see, she was an active 4chan user ever since she was a young kid. Yes, I know, what a terrible fate. And 4chan would catch on to her. They'd understand exactly who she used to be and would start revealing some details about her real identity. The fact that she is a Pakistani who's studying in the UK. Now look, this was a very big deal, okay? Elfin Psyop's entire personality was centered around appealing to the cringe white supremacist who never leaves his home. She would also heavily imply, as you saw in her belly pics that she shared online, she seemed white, and that's exactly what she was selling to her audience, the fact that she's white and even Slavic. At some point she would say, "I say niet a lot," which means no, and people ask me if I'm Slavic on stream. I'm not, I'm just a huge Russia boo. So she posted pictures of her belly and she seemed white.
So you don't even know what you are. You're basically trying to be a pick-me, and you basically picked a culture that's not even your culture, but just because you like it and just because it's white, you're like, yeah, I'm just a Russian slut. What? Stop. Where's your dignity? Be your own. Well, she is being her own self, to be fair. That all I'm saying. Yeah, ever heard of the token? A racist person keeps around just so they can say, "Oh, I'm not racist. I have a friend who's insert majority blah, 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 blah." Okay. I'm not racist. I have
She also was really into Russian
friend.
culture,
That's
I
not
guess,
white.
and Russian language.
I'm not
Some people
racist.
assumed she was maybe Eastern European. In fact, her accent sounded pretty American. Some people would think she's American and she would never really correct them. So seeing that she despised immigrants, and any minorities for that matter, her being Pakistani would be a death sentence. But this rumor wasn't new. It was being shared on 4chan as early as mid-2024. It would start to really catch up to her and irritate her in 2025 though, specifically during the summer. This is when, for the first time, she would start being confronted live on stream by chatters who were asking her, are
Oh,
you really
snap.
Pakistani? And she would get very triggered at that. Watch.
Pretending to be white? I don't think I need to pretend. I think I am.
Here's another clip.
Pakis aren't white. You are so retarded, dude. That's actually insane. Do you realize how ethnicities work?
Who the fuck is that dancing in the background like that? What the Wait, oh my god. What the hell? I'm trying to take you seriously, but why the fuck you have somebody dancing in the background?
Do you realize how ethnicities work?
Yes, I do. And
Or
you're
maybe
Pakistani.
you don't. Genuine question. Aren't you a Paki living in the UK? Who are you to complain? Did you get that from 4chan?
So here we are. She was starting to realize where these people were getting their information from. Wait, did you get this from 4chan?
Your
the
boss
website that she kept
did.
flexing that she had used ever since she was 13? Interesting. By early 2025, many pictures of Elfin's face would somehow find themselves on the internet. So she tweeted out in...
But what the fuck? Oh, it's over. Your life is over. Oh my god. You never getting a
2025. I've
job.
been face doxed and harassed so much now, so here, this is me. Yup, now what? LMFAO, it don't even matter, man, no more. Now this image is actually very
She
important.
did
It will,
that?
of course, get deleted later. She would draw some clown makeup on her face in Microsoft Paint.
I mean, you ain't wrong. You are
I
a
can tell you
clown.
right now, this clown nose is doing a lot of heavy lifting because it would have very easily exposed her ethnicity. Additionally, it doesn't take a genius to understand that this image is blown the fuck out. Look at that hand. It is blinding. Almost as if she completely upped the levels in Photoshop in an effort to
Hide her.
appear
Oh
white.
my god.
Something would really crack in Elfin starting summer 2025, okay? This is when she would up the edginess to a new level. And so
Tell me that you hate yourself without telling me you hate yourself.
whenever someone criticized her or called her a Pakistani or said that they had proof, she would just call them a Jew, and it would work because her community hated Jews. This would
course
work
they did.
almost every single time. They'd eat it up. They would love it, and she would get away with it. However, as her rivalry with
'Cause they're
Ririgaki would start
racist.
really heating up, Ririgaki would say this: I love how she was trying to cancel me saying I was dating an immigrant, black/Indian/Arabic boy, while pretending to be white, lol. To which Elfin would say,
Motherfucker,
why are you so
you got nothing. Oh my god. You both of you motherfuckers don't got anything to fucking say. It's like, how do I say this? This shit's getting me mad because they're beefing with each other and they're trying to be like, but at least I'm not this person. At least I don't do this. You literally do the same thing just in different flavors, bro. That's it. You literally, Genkaki, you can't say nothing because you literally are racist, but yet you want to date a black man. But then say you're not racist and almost saying the N-word on your freaking post and all that. And just being plain out racist. And then to top it off, this motherfucker, I don't even fucking know how to say her name, even though that he said her name so many fucking times. I can't even fucking speak. I'm being pissed off right now. I'm getting pissed off right now. And we still have so much to go.
Messed with me, man. Now it's getting serious. Look, Ririgaki, as much as she was hated for dating a black guy, she still held influence in the whole girl failure aesthetic.
Exactly.
She shared many followers in common with Elfin, this 100,000 bundle of castrated men, and so her saying what many have been saying already was a genuine threat. This drama started really heating up around November 2025,
Elfin
to which Ririgaki would
C.
say, please stop thinking of me as a girl failure, guys, it's exhausting. I did learn to take care of me. I go outside a lot now. I have a lot of passion and love for nature and cool subjects like aircraft or insects. I really like myself and take care of me. I did reduce my alcohol drinking to 0. I'm fucking proud to be alive and my depression is going away. Please understand.
Okay, why can't you be like that, like, beforehand, bro? You're capable of being a nice human being. Why didn't you choose that route? Make that make sense. Oh, I did so much horrible shit. I get, like, people, like, forgiving other people and stuff like that, but yet you still are continuing the same behavior. And then dragging somebody down, even though you did the same shit. But not even dragging them down because you learned the error of your ways. No, you're just trying to capitalize it and trying to gain more followers. Fuck you.
and stop seeing me as a 4chan weirdo or a girl who is mentally ill and drama post / talk about political toxic subject, obsessed with skin color or not jokes. It makes me really sad. I'm getting better and becoming a cool person now that my life is comfy. Yes, I like edgy humor and I don't care about humans or minorities, but I'm a responsible...
I like edgy humor too. But there's a certain line you don't cross. And you cross a lot of lines.
...adult, not a failure or anything else. I'm just Riri. Someone would reply with, that's literally the audience you wanted and even commissioned yourself as a Nazi or girl failure or loser.
Exactly.
Did the elfin grift not work? To which Riri would say, yeah, Nazi uniform are really pretty. It's
Jesus
like talking
Christ.
to a wall. This tweet was definitely very interesting.
You see what I was talking about? Oh my god.
And a bit out of touch. I mean, what have you been doing the past year? She's practically begging everyone to stop thinking of her as a girl failure when she only had herself to blame. She was the one who was intentionally acting that way. Elfin would quote tweet that tweet and say, I'm so f***ing confused about this woman, I swear. Wasn't OnlyFans catgirl VTuber. Starts following me, completely changes design to look like mine. Suddenly became an alcoholic, quote unquote. Starts copying my tweets 1-to-1. This is not an exaggeration, by the way. Okay, the tweets would be very, very similar.
Now, if you would have just... Wait, no, but they were terrible as a cat person too, so I can't even say anything to that.
Before discovering Elfin,
Yup.
Riri literally had no idea what gooning meant. And there she was all of a sudden, every couple of days, tweeting, yeah, I need to goon. I need to go goon.
I'm not gonna lie, guys. There are a lot of times where I don't know anything and then afterwards I'm just saying it a whole bunch of times. I'm so sorry. I'm never doing that again.
I gooned too much. This was literally Elfin's entire personality, and there she was emulating it perfectly. Elfin would continue. I DM her about it, say I'm uncomfortable about it. She says, oh my god, sorry, you're my biggest inspiration. We make amends and move on. I support her when she gets into a big drama. When I get
That's
into
the
drama,
ADHD
calls
talking.
me Gunpei 2.0 instead of DMing me and
I'm not
asking me what's
diagnosed.
up. So-called friend, am I right? I get pissed at this and stop talking to her. Copies me further, almost all my jokes, all my edgy humor, oh my god guys I'm so gross and Gooner and girl failure and edgy, and posts not shit constantly. Where
Putting
did all
on
this suddenly
chapstick.
come from, bro? A few months
I'm
passed.
putting on chapstick. She's making my lips dry as hell. They both are.
Now she says, oh my god I'm healthy, I don't drink anymore, and I go outside, I'm not a Nazi guys. Basically, we should forget the past few months happened entirely. Literally attacks me out of nowhere, saying I accused her for having a black boyfriend. I don't care about your boyfriend's race, man. I don't care about you, dude. Can you leave me alone and maybe try to be more creative? You don't get pity points because people attack you online. You literally did it to yourself. I'm
Exactly.
edgy and I know people will dislike me for it. I've been like this since day one. You started being like this after following me. Please learn to be yourself and stop attacking people for no reason.
What they are saying is bars. Yes, I agree with what they're saying is bars. Like, be yourself. Don't try to copy anyone. Just be your full authentic self. But at the same time, it's not any better. It's not any better.
Thanks. So look, Elfin was definitely making some good points here. Yes, it is true. Riri definitely started acting like her after following her. That's a fact. It seemed like Ririgaki's intent from the get-go was stealing as
Riwagaki. Oh my god.
many viewers as she could from her, and when she saw that Elfin was potentially going to lose her career, she didn't try to defend her. She tried to make her move and call her Gunpei 2.0. However, it's not like Elfin wasn't doing the exact same thing. Look at this sentence.
They're
near the
both
end.
doing the
I'm
same thing to
edgy
each
and I know
other.
people will dislike me for it. I've been like this since day one. Again, this whole idea that, guys, I'm real. I'm authentic. In fact, Elfin would go as far as saying on her stream,
My thing is, why would you want to be that? Why? Why do you want to strive to be that? But then when people come to you because you're being hateful, and then they could be like, oh, but you're being hateful and we don't like that. And then you come to other people and be like, I'm the victim. I'm the victim. No! How about you not be that then? How about you be a kind human being?
that Ririgaki was a very rare example of a true grifter. In her opinion, the word is overused. Not everyone's a grifter, but Riri was. This was her implying, of course, that she was a real girl failure. She was actually proudly alcoholic. Everything about her was totally authentic. And hey, to be fair, it worked. After Elfin would make her post about Riri, someone would confront Riri asking her, yo, what's up? Like, what happened with Elfin? Here's what she'd say in her Discord. She tried a lot in the past to get me canceled on Twitter and can't stop talking about how I stole her identity because I have a similar humor / black hair / loves alcohol / depressed. Dude, imagine making that your entire personality and being mad that someone stole it. Dude, who are these people? Anyway,
Exactly.
Continue. Cannot stand her. I did try to be her friend, but cannot stand girls sending nudes to 6 persons at the same time while trying to proclaim that she doesn't have a boyfriend.
I get, Astro, that they like share fans and money, but to what cost, bro? To what fucking cost? I'm so sorry. I'm never going to be sitting here doing ooh-woos and meows and, you know, trying to be edgy to just get money from thirsty men. I'm not, no. And then to top it off, be racist. Like, it would be one thing if I was racist, towards other Latinas. Other Latin American people. Well, not even Latin American, just Latin.
White and is not a whore all the time because she doesn't want to lose her community. She is not honest and she is just another gimmick like she says. Now, to be fair, even Riri had made good points here, right? But it's like, both of these people are so unlikable, you don't really care about taking sides, do you? However, even with all that being said, the next day, Riri would make yet another post on her Twitter. Her alt account, of course, because her main one got permanently suspended. Her appeal failed.
Damn.
She'd say, I would like to apologize for all the people following me because I was looking and acting like a based, edgy girl failure. I know the drastic change of me getting mentally better and stopping to act like a loser can be deceiving for a lot of you, and I understand if you stop following me, but I cannot keep going like that. Sorry for looking fake. I never lied about my depression or my daily difficulty like my alcohol consummation. I don't think she even bothered translating.
Oh my god, bro. I can't even say anything because I do the same thing. I do the same fucking thing. Oh my god. But yeah, for her to say this post is just nonsense. At this point, it's just nonsense. They're just spewing anything out of their ass.
This, bro. Consommation, that's literally a French word, but yeah, her alcohol consumption. Secondly, I would like to apologize to @ElfinPsyop. I have her blocked because I don't want toxicity in my feed and don't appreciate her as a person, but I feel like it's still important to talk about that. I found Elfin's content when I was at my lowest after all the harassment from the French community, and instead of being a better person and learning...
What's the context of this drama? So basically, the person that they're talking about, Elfin, is a racist, I can't say the other word, but racist, and they're Pakistani and they're just hypocritical. They also had run-in with minors, and also, as far as I remember, they also goon to their community, like sending goon audios and all that to their community, and then acting like they didn't remember, saying that they were drunk and all that. So that's wonderful. Here comes Mr. 100K. Oh shit. Oh shit. Time to fix itself. 3 hours and 15 minutes. Nice. She's racist, pervert, and grifter. Yep. And they basically both of them are. And to top it off, this person right here is racist and all that. But they're dating a black person. So that's wonderful. That's wonderful. So they're hypocrite.
I ended up stealing and copying some of her gimmick, like she called it. This is not correct and not what a content creator should do. I did tweet like her and used to do the same content on Twitter as her to be accepted and seen by people having cool humor, things that do not exist in France, but I'm not proud of that, and I would like to have learned sooner that I should just be myself instead of wanting some attention on the internet while copying somebody's gimmick. I'm sorry, Elfin, for all of that, and for not talking gently about you publicly after having your help. I hope one day you have the chance to get better and go away from all the toxicity that Twitter and other social media are spreading. I understand that you see me as a LARPer or a grifter, but my political beliefs were never fake. I live in a dangerous country because of immigration and multiple other things. I just ended up basing my content only on that and edgy jokes to pander to these types of people when I'm in fact just a normal autistic woman who just want to share her...
They said it. They said I was waiting. I was waiting for it, bro. I was waiting for it. They said it. They said it. They said it. Oh my fucking god, bro. Are they diagnosed? Are they diagnosed or are they just like are lying again? Oh, yeah, that's the trigger. That's the trigger right there. It's either mental health or them being autistic, bro. I swear to fucking god. Every time somebody does something shitty, oh, it's because I'm autistic. Are you diagnosed? That pissed me off. That pissed me off too because it's like, not only are you giving a bad rep to VTubers, right? But now you're giving a bad rep to like autistic people. Because there's some dumbass people be like, but you know, autistic people do this and that and this. I hate it. I hate it. Just take accountability for your fucking shitty ass behavior. It wasn't me. The goblins did it. It wasn't me. It was the voices in my head. They're in the walls. They're in the walls.
Hobbies, I'm not gonna lie, but I see myself as a LARPer. I also want to talk to you about the black boyfriend controversy. I know a lot of my past
Why she had to put that in quotations? Why?
fans were following me because of all this LARPing. I understand your sadness when you learn about the VTuber that you considered as based having what you thought was a black immigrant boyfriend. I don't like saying that, but dating an immigrant or a black male is not something I would be able to do. I did date for 2 years in the past a brown/tan French male. This always was public since I was always streaming with him. Guys, don't worry, he wasn't black, he was just brown. Like, dude.
That makes no sense. You only...
After all this LARPing, I think this is normal and my own fault that I ended up in a situation where I get harassed by my old fan base. Sadly, you were just following me for the based girl failure thing and not even to look after my content or stream since you did not know about my...
They're following you because they're also racist like you. And then they were like, nah, fuck you, after they realized that you weren't like them.
Ex-boyfriend. This makes me really sad that all this love was fake, but this is again my own fault for acting like that. I'm deeply thankful to all the rat bros believing in me and understanding my word. You are the reason why today I can be this better person. Thanks to all the people who still love me and not just my toxic past. I love you. First off, I just want to point out how she was talking about this like it happened in the past. Bro, this literally happened like 2 months ago. You know, like this.
This is the same cause, oh my god, I got PTSD from previous relationships. I swear to god, well, relationship. Whenever something happens, and then somebody's like, but it's from the past. It's from the past. It doesn't fucking matter. It still happened. I hate it when people do that. Especially if it's like a recent event and they're like, just because like 2 days passed by and they're like, oh, but it's in the past. Fucker, I'm gonna punch you in the past, bro. I'm gonna grab like a freaking, what's it called? What's it called? Time traveler machine, whatever. And I'm gonna go to the past and punch the shit out of you. For saying something stupid.
There was barely any time between the old account and the new account. But hey, you know what? A surprising amount of self-awareness in this post. She pretty much admitted she was a LARPer. That's because she was. She was a LARPer and she...
What does LARPing mean? I don't know if he explained the meaning of it, but what does LARPing mean? I just want to know so that way I understand it. So close? What do you mean so close? So close for what? What did I do? Am I pausing too much? I just... LARP. Live action role player. Oh, okay. Live action role play. Okay. Gotcha. Thank you.
Grifter, pretty much the same thing. But of course, this post wouldn't even get half the engagement she used to get when she would say, BRB going to my room to goon. But hey, it seems like some people stuck around for the rats and whatever. Most people who followed her for being a girl failure already left anyway when they found out she had a black boyfriend. Elfin would yet again make another post after this one, this time saying, I don't own the girl failure aesthetic, okay? It didn't matter to me as much when Riri was outright copying my tweets, word for word, just twisted to look more French. That made me feel weird. Any joke I made or content idea was being copied. I felt like I couldn't do anything original anymore, and I care about novelty more than anything. Yes, we know that, Elfin. You're not like the other girls, right? To be fair, a lot of people here thinking we used to be friends aren't exactly wrong. I genuinely...
Honestly, there was a time, and I think you guys realized it too, but there was a time where I was like more quiet and stuff, because at the end of the day, IRL me is more quieter than streamer me. And I have... Well, not Suki, because I am like this with Suki. If I'm really comfortable with you, I'm gonna talk my shit like how I am in stream. It's a little different for me because I don't physically like see you guys or hear you guys. But best believe if I see or hear you guys, I'm immediately like, I'm a shy girl. I go away and just be in my little corner and just tend to myself. because that's how I am. I'm a little skittish. But best believe if I'm being part of the conversation, I'm gonna try to be a part of the conversation. Man. But I'm still gonna stand on my 10 toes, bro. Don't fuck with me. I'm not the type of person you push around. I know that for sure.
I thought we made up and were good friends until I found out how she talks about me behind my back. I genuinely tried, man. Anyone that knows me knows that I'm super mean usually, and she was kind back and said I was her biggest inspiration. I've dealt with mean girls all of my high school, man. I've had many bullies and fake friends. To me, this greatly resembled the fake friend trope. So I don't like this defamation of Elfin is so toxic. I only copied her because I'm autistic and just want to make content. I'm sorry if you go through stuff, but you're an adult actively making choices every day. You had the choice to just be friendly with me. She would then congratulate Riri on being less depressed and getting rid of alcohol, and end this by saying, but please, if you truly were someone who understood what it's like to be someone who had a problem with those things, stop shitting on me for being a girl failure alcoholic now that you're better. Trust me, I don't choose to feel depressed all the time. So again, you know, I'm a victim, guys. I've been bullied all my life. You know, I'm a girl failure. I'm a real girl failure, okay? Stop
No, it doesn't excuse your poor behavior, being a racist and all that.
Pretending that you are real. Trust me, I don't choose to feel depressed all the time, okay? I'm authentic. But my favorite part is...
But you're not authentic. That's the funny part. That's the part that's so poetic, is that you're not authentic. You're trying to make it seem like you are, but you're not.
She says, I'm sorry if you go through stuff, but you're an adult actively making choices every day.
And that applies to you too.
Because that's literally what people were telling Elfin when she got exposed as having been gooning to 6 guys at the same time. Look, overall, this was nothing more than 2 very disliked monkeys fighting. But if we step back and look at the bigger picture, this situation would go from a clown show to something very alarming. As you saw, Elfin was practically invincible. Riri took heavy inspiration from her, seeing how much success she was finding as being a girl failure, and even though she had more followers and had way more virality, she still proceeded to copy her directly. Elfin was starting to become not just a danger to herself or to her fans, but to everyone in the VTubing community as a whole. Being a girl failure should never be something that's encouraged. It's not a good thing. It's not meant to be a good thing. And yet her success was encouraging others to follow her lead. I mean, why wouldn't they? If saying racist slurs wasn't going to get her canceled, if having a secret boyfriend wasn't going to get her canceled, if having 6 different guys you're gooning to at the same time wasn't going to get her canceled, then the $1 million question was, what will? Well,
yeah, for real, the amount of shit that's already happened, she's still not canceled by then? Like, what?
Canceling Elfin Sayaf, the person who had pretty much nurtured 100,000 castrated men who identified as white supremacists, would be the day that she was finally exposed as a Pakistani. So, as I had already mentioned, Elfin's tweets would start to take a turn during the summer.
The karma is gonna be so sweet. Oh my god.
Of 2025. Her edginess wouldn't just be for the sake of being edgy anymore. She would take on a sort of political rhetoric that you would maybe find during a Nick Fuentes stream. Look at this tweet, for example. Don't understand how you can live in this modern world and see all the bad shit happening and not immediately connect the dots and see that it's Jewish influence.
What? Huh? What are you talking about, bro?
Now, the Jews were responsible for everything. How about this tweet made a little while later saying, I love astronomy so much and I love stargazing, but I can't because there's too many immigrants in the UK and it scares me to go outside.
Yo, bro, this sounds like America, for real. I'm so sorry to say this, but it sounds like America right now. Wait, when was this posted? 2025? Not that long ago. How dare you post that near my birthday? How dare you post that near my birthday? Yo, what's this tripping about? I don't fucking know. You're talking about me or them? Sorry, Poppy. Sorry. Ketamine. We love ketamine over here. I'm sorry. I take that back. I actually like fentanyl. Not you. Oh, it's this bitch. Okay. How dare you post this near my birthday? Fun fact, my birthday is at 9/11. It's not a joke. And I'm a twin.
Alone. As far as anyone was concerned, she wasn't even British. She wasn't from the UK, right? But there she was taking a political stance for a country that she doesn't even belong to. This tweet in particular will become...
Welcome in, Tostada? Is that your name, Tostada? Welcome in.
Way funnier later. You'll get why. But it wasn't just political rhetoric that was taking hold of her edginess.
God
it was her
damn!
edginess itself that was taking a whole other level. For example, with her posting this image of her model saying, "R-word my model," then replying, "Sorry guys, I meant R-word," with an asterisk. The joke here is that she wasn't correcting herself, she actually meant it. She'd also make a conscious effort to play into the
Rebecca! No! My baddie!
jokes and controversies that were made about her. Look at this tweet, for example. "Groomer this, groomer that, come here, let me groom you." This was in reference to the Google Doc.
She wanted to groom Rebecca? You ain't grooming my Rebecca. My Rebecca is not for grooming. Rebecca is here to shoot up and be a baddie, bro. She's here to pussy pop.
That was dropped about her, in which 6 men that were in their 20s said that she groomed them. At some point, she'd post a selfie that would get a lot of likes, of course, with her nose and mouth blurred because it would show her ethnicity, and had the caption, "Elfin Browna." This was her playing into the joke that some people were starting to call her Pakistani. So look, by now, it might be obvious what she's trying to do. She was being heavily criticized when it came to her actions by the wider VTuber community, and yet, her own community also had criticisms relating to the fact that she might just be Pakistani. This was her attempting to play into the joke while also raising the bar for her edginess, hoping that it'll kind of insulate her from criticism. This desperate attempt of trying to move on from the fact that she might just be an immigrant and trying to move on from her controversies would result in some pretty embarrassing moments like her public crash out during the summer of 2025 when she would begin by saying, "Not a big fan of Indians." Someone would reply with, "Do not do this, you don't have to right-wing grift." This is probably someone who found her character like the design or just like the belly pic. This is when she'd completely and totally crash out. "Grift, question mark?" Someone would say, "You're so brave and definitely not a pick-me who tries too hard to look based." To which she would say, "Uh-oh, the big pick-me word, I'm so scared, please don't use it. Funny, when I voice my unfiltered opinions, I'll get random retards saying, 'Oh my god, pick me, oh my god, grifter.' You realize when I say shit like that, I lose and filter more people rather than gain, right? I'd rather have people know what I think about shit than just follow me for cute tummy pics, expecting a wholesome person, kek." Funny enough, my opinions have remained the same since I was 14 on major social issues. I think I'm pretty consistent with my mentality on things. It's so funny to me.
Just because, okay, she keeps having this freaking argument of, "Oh, but I'm being consistent in my behavior." Just because, yes, you're being consistent in your behavior, but your behavior is shitty. You shouldn't. How about that? Shut the fuck up. How about that? Get off the internet. Where's the money? Where is the money? I want some money. Huh? She's a grifter for clout this time. For real. She is. She's using literally anything. She's even rage baiting other, because what she's doing right now is just rage baiting for the sake of just having people interact with the post. Because not for nothing, if you have people interacting with the post, then if you're getting paid by the platform, no matter what, you're going to get paid. So she's like, any publicity is good publicity. Because that's basically what's happening. She's like, "Oh, if people are going to see that that I'm this, then sure, why not? I'm going to argue because I got nothing better else to do." I'm like, "Oh, no." And no, but she figured it out. No, wait, she's making a lot? What does the guy say? I don't know. I don't remember. I forgot, honestly.
How she thought this was a flex. That same person, snot-nosed swagger, would call her out and say, "So you have the same opinions as a 14?"
I think she was making like, yes, she was making like 6 figures, and then all of a sudden that somebody gifted her $10,000 in dono in one stream. One stream, bro. So of course she's gonna be like, "Yo, I'm gonna ride everybody's asses because I'm getting paid for it. Nobody has canceled me officially yet." So she thinks that she's overpowered and she can do whatever she wants. She's acting like a little bratty teenager, if that makes sense.
Old? Wow. And then he'd get blocked. She couldn't handle it. She crashed out and she just couldn't handle it anymore. The crash outs and weird behavior wouldn't be
At least if you're gonna sit here and argue with people, continue arguing with them. Just don't block them because you're losing the fucking fight, bro.
Restricted to just Twitter, though, it would also happen in her Discord. She'd start saying things that were definitely out of place. I mean, they were fairly random, right? For someone who was maybe Slavic or American, saying things like,
I'm gonna eat some goldfishes. I'm hungry.
Pakistan is entirely Aryan. No one seems to understand that. Pretty suspicious thing to say when you're not Pakistani. All of a sudden, this was very different from the rhetoric she was taking about immigrants and Pakistanis in general when it came to the UK. She used to tweet things like, if leftists think some girl on the internet is a pedophile for posting petite girls that look like her on the internet, then why do they promote immigration that bring in Muslim, pedophile, and racists? Curious. This is really funny when you consider the fact that some of the biggest Muslim immigrants to the UK are...
I wish that I can express the stank face that I have. I wish that, like, I'm gonna, you know what? I'm gonna make a new expression, and I'm gonna try to make a stank face. The most Latina stank face you can ever imagine. Because that's the face that I have right now. I'm not smiling. I have a whole fucking stink face.
Pakistani, right? You see where I'm going with this? All of a sudden, when the pressure was mounting on Elfin and it seemed like it was inevitable that she was going to be revealed as Pakistani, she started shifting the blame from Muslims to the Jews, saying things like, oh, the reason why all the Muslims are coming to Europe was because Jews want to destroy society. She'd also suspiciously start saying things like this. I'm not gonna lie, Muslims got one thing right, and it's that pigs are filthy animals. No nutritional value and so much fat relative to beef and chicken. Not even enough protein. Pork sucks in general. Bacon is good sometimes, but bacon in the UK is terrible. Oddly suspicious to say this. This isn't edgy or based. This sounds like someone who's guilty. And that's because she was. Look, eventually it was very hard to deny this. 4chan was after her ass, and they were revealing the fact that she used to be on 4chan when she was younger. There are threads dating back to as far as 2021 where they were referring to her as someone who was very attractive and was peak wife material. They'd be calling her their ideal crush, their ideal wife when she was a minor, mind you. And one of those people
what? Oh no!
Her would say lives in Pakistan. Additionally, what didn't help was that her name was doxed, and
I think it's so fitting that I'm eating goldfishes.
Was painfully Arabic. Pakistan is a Muslim country that's heavily influenced by Muslim culture, so of course they have a lot of Arab names. At this point, it was simply undeniable no matter how much she wanted it to not.
I'm so sorry, guys. I made the mistake of getting Socks a goldfish one time, and now she's addicted to it. And now she's up to my desk, begging for a goldfish. She's huffing at me. You can't hear it, but she's huffing at me. Here. Your one and only goldfish.
Be true. So around the end of December 2025, she would admit to her Discord, yes, I'm Pakistani, but I promise I'm only half Pakistani. People would start hating on her.
That doesn't matter. You're still Pakistani.
And of course, she'd do what she did best, suicide bait, saying, whatever, dude, stop hating me because I'm a halfie. Fuck, I'm gonna kill myself now. Someone would say, I miss when I thought Elf was white. The hand reveal ruined everything. Then she would say, Jesus, okay, leave then, asshole. She'd then say, guys, I'm only half Pakistani, okay? I'm half Slavic, I'm Ukrainian. Please, there's some white in me. But then she would realize a very important realization, saying, you guys hate me because I'm a halfie. I get it. Y'all don't even consider...
Give Socks kisses? I will later. I gave her a goldfish. Right now she's eating it. Yay. Yes.
Slavs white either, so I'm double brown. I hate my life. Now you might be wondering, why is it that her community of white supremacists didn't consider Slavs white? Well, in these extremely edgy internet circles, they have a big problem with the fact that the Ukrainian president Zelensky is Jewish. They think he's some Jewish puppet and he's prolonging the war on purpose, right? That's their viewpoint. So to them, Ukrainians were Jewish. They were part of the problem. Someone would say, and your dad's Ukrainian, in parentheses, Jewish, to which you would say, he's not Jewish, in all caps.
Tell me you got daddy issues without telling me you have daddy issues.
So now, she wasn't just seen as half Muslim, she was also seen as half Jewish, the two things that her community hated the most, and she...
Oh my god, bro, just tell everybody that you just hate your fucking self, that's it! Just say you hate yourself!
Made them that way. You have to understand, not everyone who found Elfin had that ideology. Some of them were totally innocent, found her through a belly picture, liked her, maybe fell in love with her because they're mentally ill, and then saw that she thought this way ideologically and started sharing those same opinions. And now they were being backstabbed, betrayed. How dare you be exactly what you've been hitting on for so long?
Exactly.
Some people start saying, hey, maybe you're not Pakistani, maybe you're just Indian. To which you would say, I'm too cute to be Indian, please guys. Like, how dare you call a Pakistani an Indian, bro? Like, this would all keep building up until Christmas Day, the 20th.
I'm sorry, there's cute-ass baddie Indians out there and handsome-ass Indians out there. Shut up. You're acting like you're the only pretty person there.
25th of December.
Anybody in any culture is beautiful and handsome.
2025, when Elfin, in an extremely drunken state, would post a tweet that's barely legible, saying, I'm drunk enough to come out. I'm Pak, mom's side, and Ukrainian, dad's side. I'm a halfie. LMFAO.
The layers of self-hate isn't... Yeah, it is. Like, you can literally... Like, it's reeking. It's literally reeking. She just hates herself. That's it. That's really it. That's what is stemming everything. Period. Period. It makes an onion cry peeling. For real.
Weird combo, right? I'm not Muslim and I hate Muslims. I love Christmas. I'm more Slavic than anything because I grew up Slavic. Slava Ukraina, Pakistan.
Bitch, I'm Wiccan. And if you don't know what that is basically like a pagan religion. And I still celebrate Christmas and like Christmas. Shut up. It's a holiday.
Zindabad. So look,
Feliz
just like
Navidad.
Right, with her black boyfriend.
Feliz
This
Navidad.
normally should have never been a problem. If anything, this would have been something to celebrate. Like, oh, you come from very different cultures. Cool, that's awesome. Wow. The only person that made it a problem was her. And as you can see from the 186 replies, her community wasn't really too happy about this. The next step was her trying to appease her community. Look, she knew what they wanted. They wanted whatever what was in between her legs. So she would desperately tweet things out like, Aryan man, please colonize me. Aryan man, please colonize the girl failure. Stinky bitch, Aryan man. I mean, at this point, it was just pathetic. The only feelings most people had when seeing this was pity. Like, come on, dude, what are you doing? Then on the 29th of December, she would tweet...
She's crashing.
This out all of a sudden, saying, I hate being who I am and I hate being like this. I can't do this anymore for a bit. I'm sorry. I don't know when I'll be back, but I'm fucking sorry I'm like this. I hope you're all well and please don't miss someone like me. Goodbye for now. What would immediately follow after is her deactivating her Twitter account and disabling all invites to her Discord server. Now look, reactions were mixed to this, but as you might have guessed, the majority of the VTuber community was celebrating. Okay?
Yes,
Hitler
bitch. I would be celebrating too. Twerking on top of tables and shit. Bro, bye. Get out of here. We don't need you in this community with all that hate, bro. Damn. Go to therapy. I don't even think therapy can fix this bitch. I'm so sorry. I just can't. Emil, right on the head commando. For real.
This stain on VTubers' reputations, as well as her insufferable community, were finally gone. We won. On the other end of these celebrations, though, were some very heartbroken men, saying things like, I hope Elfin Psyop comes back. Yeah, she's mentally ill and likes to provoke people, but she's not so bad that she deserves to have something terrible happen to her. Or this guy saying, I really hope Elfin Psyop is okay. The racism towards her because of who she is unacceptable, and I genuinely hope she didn't hurt herself. No one deserves to be treated like that.
Honestly, if we're being quite frank, if you do hurt yourself, like she said to the person that went to the hospital because they wanted to take their life, if you don't do it correctly, I don't know what the fuck you're doing, madam, but you're failing at that too.
It's like, bro, are we talking
Make sure you don't fail.
about the same person here? That's literally what she did every single day. And to make matters worse, when she deactivated her account, this person would tweet this out, saying, another VTuber that I spent thousands of dollars making merch for just deactivated her socials without any...
You know what? You making that post doesn't justify anything, because this person has a whole thing, and if you were actually like looking at their profile, because at the end of the day, you're making art for this person, I would assume you go and look at their account and stuff like that, and then stop making stuff for them. Now you're like, oh my god, this person that I made so much merch and all this, and all my hard work, all of a sudden they're they're this, and oh my god, they crumbled down to the ground. They're a bad person. It's not like they try to hide it. They put it out there for everybody to see. I don't give a fuck what you have to say. You still made stuff for them, and they have their all their things out in public.
Warning whatsoever, and isn't
You're smoking that cigarette. Smoke it some more.
responding to my message.
Take off the edge.
Yes, of course, this person was referring to Elfen Psyop, right? This post got a lot of attention, and it showed how much of a wreck she really was. Look, overall, it wasn't just embarrassing to be Elfen at this point. It was also humiliating to be one of her fans. I mean, these guys were hopeless. They were like, yeah, I know she's half Indian, but look, she's half white. I know we're meant to hate Muslims and minorities, but please, just make it...
They're the same motherfuckers that would say that, oh, I hate other races, but then goes on and fetishizes another race. Great minds think alike.
An exception for her. I'll fix her, wife her up, and prolong the white race. Please, let's just make her an exception. Now, as pathetic as this sounds, it wasn't a surprise. No one was ever interested in her for her political takes or her grift. It was all about her belly and the fact that she was a woman who was promiscuous. Politically speaking, though, they gave themselves some hope that, hey, at least she's half white, but even that illusion was about to be shattered. That's because 4chan would go above and beyond, as they always do, and would find irrefutable proof that she's not half Pakistani, she is full Pakistani.
Oh my god.
4chan would go through her previous usernames on Steam. And before using Elfen Psyop in 2021, she would be known as Absurd Comrade. Well, but you look at that, there's an Osu account that was created back in September 2020 that had the same exact name, and also used the profile picture of a character that Elfen liked a lot.
4chan had a smoking gun for real. Damn.
Megumin from Konosuba. It also had the flag of Pakistan on the profile.
What happened, bro? What happened, like, after 2020? What happened to her? Did she have, like, a boyfriend that cheated on her or something like that, and then she just turned all racist or something like that? Like, what happened, bro?
This was a very big deal because this was region-based. Yes, it was based on your IP.
Oh, she had no choice but to put that there.
This meant that as far back as 2020, Elfen was in Pakistan. She wasn't raised Slavic. She was raised in a country in which 99.99% of people are Muslim. And those...
Oh my god. She's hypocritical.
Muslim immigrants going to the UK that she kept insulting every single day, well, she was literally one of them. I mean, seriously, the jokes just write themselves here. Like, how stupid
they really do.
This? At this point, it was official. She was nothing more than a self-hating grifter. Many such cases, but not many with this many followers and that much of a community. But just as people thought that she was finally defeated, that she was gone forever, she would literally come back just a few days later. And while she was expecting a bunch of hugs and kisses, she instead got the final blow to her short but very interesting career.
Uh-oh, what happened?
So look, it was at this point that I started working on this video, but then I saw that she had tweeted on January 4th saying, hey, what's up, retards? I'm back. I went to a museum. I did a bunch of different things. She'd even post a selfie and a tank, the flag of Pakistan. Her post would get thousands of likes. Her community was so happy she was back. They were celebrating and saying, oh my god, I was worried about you. Oh my god, thank you so much for coming back. I missed you.
Oh my god, I haven't gooed in like 3 months. Oh my god, come back here. Let me see your belly again. I haven't seen your belly. I missed your belly. Give me your belly.
So I was like, oh, I guess we're gonna pretend like nothing happened. Okay. She'd say all the speculation about me leaving for
They didn't pretend that nothing happened. They just want to goon to her some more.
Weird reasons was all wrong, lol. I left because I had personal reasons. This is when I figured, okay, dude, whatever. Like, who cares? I'm just gonna work on something else. And look, I want to make one thing clear. If Elfen continued as she always had operated and didn't change a single thing, then she could have very easily kept her career and her community. Again, they didn't care about her political ideology, okay? They just wanted a chance to get in a Discord call with her and have her goon. But what she would do 2 days later on January 6th, 2026, would be the dumbest thing I have ever seen anyone do on the internet ever. Admitting to the distribution of child pornography.
Oh no!
She'd make this tweet
We're getting to this point now. Oh no. Oh no, no.
out of nowhere, saying, guys, I have a little announcement
Chris Hansen, where are you? Chris Hansen.
to make. So this may not come as much of a shock to some of you, but to most of the majority, I want to be truthful to all of you. When I first started VTubing, I was 17 years old. My hallmates living with me were older than me and would buy me all the alcohol. So I pretended to be a bit older online. I came to the UK to study a foundation year at 16, turning 17. They let you go early, especially if you have good grades. I'm 19 right now. The funniest part of all this is that I never told my age to anyone because I didn't want people to think it's weird someone underage is talking about stupid shit online. And the lie had gone for so long for me to tell the truth. But I'm a solid age now that I don't care. It's kind of why I suck at saying what age I learned what. Like, oh, I started going on 4chan when I was 14, but what I mean is like 11. I want it to sound old.
So you're faking your age because you are insecure about everything about yourself. I see. Bro, there's nothing, like, come on. And I would get it. Socks, there is no more goldfishes. I ate them all. Please leave. I forgot what I was gonna say. God dang it.
Older somehow. I had to get a proper ID for 18 when I turned 18, and it was exhilarating buying my own beer. Ha 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 ha. Now here's the bombshell. Also, just thought to put this out there because all the images that my haters have been leaking are all technically CP. XD. Good luck. So yeah.
So then you were distributing CP. That's nice. As if that's any better. As if that's any fucking better. You know you could still go to jail for that. For distributing it. For giving it away. And jail. And lockup. I hope you be bunk buddies with a really buff woman that wants to just take you, bro. You seem to be into that shit anyway.
It seemed like a post of her just being edgy as always, saying, hey, I've always been edgy. I've always been on 4chan. I've thought the same thing since I was 14. Ended up being one of the dumbest.
I'm going on a date with a grown man while underage. As if saying that as a flex, bro. She's saying it as a flex. Or saying it as a comeback. And you literally admitted to being all this because you wanted to be grown. You were literally a rebel child, basically. And you wanted to act like you were grown. And, I feel like her, how she receives loves or think what love is the lustful part of love. And that's sad. That's so sad. But at the end of the day, you're hurting other people around you.
Admissions of guilt I've ever seen in my life. Yes, she's been on 4chan since she was a minor. And yes, since then, she's been promiscuous. She's been sending explicit images of herself. She's been sexting. She distributed illegal material. And she's out here talking about it like, oh, gotcha. Someone would, of course, point this out, replying, you realize taking the pictures and uploading them is you transmitting / distributing illegal CP as well, right? Just because it's yourself doesn't remove that.
And you're a dumbass because you just admitted it online for other people to screenshot, bro. You fucking dumbass.
Would say, yeah, I know, but that shit was ages ago, and I sent it to a few people at different time intervals. I didn't know they would leak it because they're awful people.
Oh, I know. I sent my pictures to awful people. I didn't know they were gonna leak it. Silly me. I'm such a klutz.
I hope they suffer, smiley face. This is, of course, in reference to the many nudes you can find online of her. So that means a lot of websites are hosting CP at the moment, if she's to be believed. At this point, she was fair game, okay? And this is when Johnzilla would make this Twitter thread, saying, most people think Elfin Sao privated because she crashed out over her white supremacist friends finding out that she isn't white. But in actuality, it was because it was found out she groomed and sent weird and inappropriate things to minors on her Discord server. The first example would be how she made a community member who was 16 draw a doujin, right? Like some sort of a adult comic of her and a VTuber she looked up to. He would post it in her Discord and she would say, holy fucking shit, dude. Oh my god. She was very excited over it. She'd also send him some very explicit messages. Like, for example, he'd make artwork of her holding a gun on her stomach, and she'd say, I love the weight of the gun on my stomach. It makes me very horny. And finally, there would be this screenshot in which she says, when I grow up, I'm going to be like Masato and groom blah, blah, blah. And there'd even be a message with her saying, pedophile bros, rise up. So now her community had...
Oh my god, bro. She's just pure evil. What the fuck is wrong with her? Oh. And then she's going to Twitter, but that's not real. But that information is not correct. Fuck are you? Get off the internet. Get off. Stop.
To wrestle with the fact that not only was she not a virgin, not only was she not white, but she was also someone who was practically a weirdo to minors.
Yeah, basically saying that they love grooming and all that, and then saying that last part afterwards, like, oh, no. What's next, bro? I'm pretty sure the zoophilia is gonna come up somehow, somewhere, bro.
Figure. What Johnzilla had posted was part of a wider expose that fully sought to expose Elfin.
DB has a superpower to turn 1 hour and 23 minutes into a 3-hour video. I'm sorry. I just have a lot to say. I'm sorry. For real. I'm sorry. I don't mean to, I gotta fix that. I'm sorry.
And ruin her career that was posted on 4chan. In it, we can see even more images, like how, for example, she would let this minor into an NSFW 18+ channel knowing that he's a minor. She doesn't care. Why would she? But look, I know at this point you're thinking she's completely irredeemable. No way she still has fans, right? Well, there's a reason I refer to her fans throughout this whole video as castrated men. They're not castrated like literally, like physically. They're castrated mentally, in the sense that they stand for nothing. Their life is meaningless in the sense that they're willing to throw anything away just for a chance at having a Gooner girlfriend. Someone would reply to Johnzilla's thread saying, "What the fuck? Based? Me next?" in all caps.
Fuck no.
So guys, I don't care. She could murder someone. She could, I don't know, carpet bomb an entire family neighborhood. I don't care. I don't care. Please, just get in a call with me and Goon. Please. I've never had a woman touch me. Please.
Please, I just want to stroke my shit. Please. I got the baby oil. Please. Oh my god, I'll give you 10K.
The second-hand embarrassment would continue for Elfin, though. She would post an AI-generated clip of Brody Fox, a content creator, with him saying slurs that he never said because it's AI. It would perform abysmally, and he would reply to her saying, "Why did you groom minors and distributed CP?" linking Johnzilla's thread, ratioing her by 5 times.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, at this point, it was obvious. Elfin was becoming a lawful.
Damn.
In fact, she had already become one by the time she deactivated the first time in December. Seeing how much the pressure was mounting and how many of her close friends or community members were telling her, "You're a dumbass for admitting this, you have to do something to contain this disaster," she would make this tweet in a desperate attempt to calm people down, saying, "I lied. I lied about my age and being younger at the time because there's images of me on the internet that I sent to people I trusted. Never full nudity, and they used AI to make revenge porn of it. They actively posted on all spaces I'm in, trying to get back at me for rejecting them. How do you counter that? How do you even stop it? So yeah, I lied to scare them."
This sounds like a certain someone I know from the past. Oh my god, I hate it when people, like, they come up to you and they're like, "Oh yeah, but I did this because," for the simple fact of what she was saying, that she was scared. I lied to scare them. Oh, I lied to scare them. That, like, this still does not justify what you did, and now you just, damn, upstairs, goddamn. You're just justifying. Oh my god, I'm so over it, bro. I'm literally so over it. Like, you're like, what the fuck? How dumb can you fucking be? How dumb can you fucking be? I thought I was dumb as fuck. There's dumber out there, unfortunately. Holy shit. You're evil and then you're evil and then dumb. Like, what?
Yeah, right. And I'm French. What are we doing? Lying now? No one believed that, especially with the proof that she so readily invited a 16-year-old into an NSFW channel on her Discord. It was over, and even Elfin had enough self-awareness to understand that. This is why shortly afterwards, a day later, on January 7th, 2026, she would yet again deactivate her Twitter, but this time wipe her YouTube channel and pretty much delete all socials. And the final thing she'd do is post an announcement on Discord, pretty much announcing her graduation and how she was ceasing all activities for good now. Here's what she had to say. "Hey, thank you for always being by my side. When I first started streaming, it was crazy to me to have so many people like me so much and want to talk to me. It felt exhilarating to have friends in a community. All the art I got, all
I don't know about friends, bro. I don't know about friends, bro.
the friendships I made, the 10-hour Among
I don't know about friends.
Us sessions, it was incredible. Probably the best time I've ever had in my life.
Yeah, in those calls, right?
I wouldn't trade this time for the world. It meant everything to me, and you guys meant everything to me. I'd like to
As long as they give you money.
thank you all for being amazing agents. That's what she called her community. For believing in me, even though I've always been a massive loser. For always sticking by my side, buying my merch, liking me at all. I wish I could give you more than this. I wish I could be more than what I am for you guys, and I'm so sorry for disappointing you like I do every time. But I just wanted to say I really love you guys. Despite all the controversies and dramas we've been through, it's been way too fun to want to forget all of this. I guess the Elfin saga had to end on a weird bittersweet note like this. Fucking chaotic. It definitely wasn't meant to last. I never believed in myself that much. Too much shit has happened, and I'm too small of a person to be able to handle it alone. I've lost. It doesn't matter anymore. Please don't be sad when I'm gone. You can always look back on memories. So corny. I'll be graduating for good. I wish I could have a stream rather than this Discord announcement, but this is the best I can bring myself to doing. I don't want to seem pathetic on stream. Have to act
But you are. But you are!
nonchalant. Thank you for being with me. I love you all. It was really nice while it lasted. Heart emoji. And so this
Ew.
was it. This time it was actually official. It wasn't like the other time she deactivated and just came back a few days later. No, this was it. Elfin Psyop would be no more. And as you might have guessed, people celebrated again. But her community was gutted. And shortly afterwards, she would completely delete her Discord. Elfin Psyop is a real one. I'm gonna miss my homie. I'm broken right now. She'll be with us always, in one form or another. Plenty more Indian women out there. Just go to India and bring one home.
Oh god, I did not say that. What are those guys that just strictly go to like other like countries just to get another like cultured partner? Just because it's like a fetish? What are they called again? Passport bros. Bro! John Doe, of course your fucking name had to be John Doe, you generic bitch. John Doe is a fucking passport, bro. Oh my god.
Dude, look at this tweet. Just look. Oh my god. When I die, Elfin will still be on my mind. I couldn't forget these past couple of years if I tried. Castrated beyond belief.
What the
You see, when
fuck?
people make fun of the male loneliness epidemic, don't show them statistics, okay? Don't make them think that it's just some guy who's sad that he's single. Show them these people mourning as if they lost a family member, when in fact it was just some grifter who was a Pakistani woman that pretended she was white.
Exactly.
It is so pathetic, man. Look,
It's
this is
the scam of biggest scams. It's the scam of biggest scams.
my favorite tweet. Okay, this is
What the
your
fuck?
Paki brothers will miss you, Elfin Pakistan.
Ew.
There was a lot of funny memes. Gets called brown once, fucking dies.
Oh
Look at
my
this guy.
god.
I wake up with a New Year's hangover, and one of the first things I learn is that Elfin is brown. First off, the fuck that I missed. Second off, is there a single one of you motherfuckers that's actually white?
Oh my fucking god.
And just
bro.
like that, the legendary meteoric rise of Elfin would end as quickly as it had started. Not with a bang, not with a whisper, but in a flaming hot pile of shitty diarrhea. But hey, as far as I know, the artist that had
a
been
lot of
ghosted by
diarrhea.
Elfin worked things out, and now you have an attorney involved. Meanwhile, Riri is still crying over the fact that she grifted, tried to be Elfin, and now her entire career is ruined. Hey man, all I gotta say is you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes.
Yeah! Yeah! I agree with you, bro. I agree with you.
Before I end the video, I do want to point out something that's very, very interesting. There's a conspiracy theory going around right now that the reason why Elfin left and deleted all socials is because she's being pursued by UK tax authorities. You see, when you would donate to her PayPal link, it would show an email. It would say payment to blank blank at hotmail.com, and this was clearly not her name. This
She's
was a man's
wanted.
name. This was her boyfriend that she had while she cheated on him with 6 other guys. However,
He didn't know! Oh no! He didn't know! Poor him! Poor him! Oh! Imagine hearing the news that your girlfriend not cheated on not one guy, but 6? 6! R.I.P. Oh my god. He's never dating again. Yikes. Yikes for real.
you have to remember, Elfin was in the UK under a student visa, which doesn't allow her to work or earn any income. It seemed like she was funneling all her earnings to her boyfriend. So the theory is that maybe she broke up with her boyfriend and he found out that she cheated on him with 6 guys and she was doing all this dumb shit on the internet. So now he's getting the tax authorities after her so he can reclaim the money that she took from him while also getting her kicked out of the country. Definitely an interesting theory.
Damn, talk about,
I guess only
messy.
time will tell. I personally think that Elfin will try to pull a Gunpei because she's practically Gunpei but 10 times worse. Eventually she might recreate a new persona, a new character, and try to come back into streaming slowly. Will she carefully disguise herself? No, people will recognize her. But her
Yeah, obviously, especially the way that she posts stuff like that, they're immediately gonna recognize her.
community will be very happy that she's back because as you can see, there's a void in their hearts that still hasn't been filled, guys.
Ew.
I've made so many videos, you know, throughout this career. Some of them involve disturbing topics, but I've never been so disturbed as I have been.
I gotta say, I love the background and I love everything about his model. And I might be biased because it's dinosaur. It's dinosaur war. But like, is that supposed to be a PP? That looks like a PP.
While researching for this
Shrek.
video, I'm sure you also lost hope in humanity multiple times as you were watching this. So hey, you're welcome. And I hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching until the end. As a reminder, make sure to check out my Stacked page, okay? It's going to be filled to the brim with content. I'm going to be very active there. You'll find the link in the description and the pinned comment. Thank you so much again. I love you so much, platonically. And I'll see you in the next video,
yes!
whenever that is. Mwah.
He gave us He gave us kisses! Yay! Oh my god, this is a really good video.